Papa Gut, you want to have a
this
panel on Act Man?
I don't care. I mean, I'll do whatever, man. I'm down for whatever.
Yeah.
Whose show is this?
I think this is
It's just
mine and also Papa Gut because
Well, it's just like a stream. Everybody, you know, whoever's gonna make it, content out of it, whatever, man. You know what I mean? Who gives it? You know, it doesn't matter to me.
Papa Got, my favorite person lately.
I know. I could
How
tell.
fast is this gonna turn into
I feel
Ethan
like you
Klein?
guys have like a love-hate relationship, though. I don't think y'all hate each other.
No, because no, you're right, Augie. Because I do like watching his content. And
How much of my
times where
content
I'm
do you
like,
watch?
I skim through. I don't have time, so I have to like skim, like really skim through. Like you do the same, you watch it in like 10x speed and all that. I don't do the speed stuff. I skim through for sections. Like a lot of times you'll go off on a tangent, and I got ADHD, and someone texts me. I got 6 notifications.
Well, I go on a tangent because I have ADHD. That's the problem.
But a lot of times, you know, I agree with you, and other times I don't. But I feel like you're being honest. But dude, recently you've been on some bullshit with what Ethan said is really a joke. Like that is so like giving this dude a fucking pass that doesn't fucking deserve it. It was not a fucking joke.
Okay. You know? So because I talked about this a lot. So you said you skimmed through. I'm going to assume that you didn't like see everything I had said. So here's my take. All right. My take is it was an incredibly edgy joke that he said out of anger, but I also don't hold the perspective that I think that you might, and I might be just assuming that you think that if something's a joke, that means you can't be held accountable for it. I think that people oftentimes, not all the time, will use a joke as a vehicle to relay like information. You know, like I'm going to use George Carlin. Ethan's not George Carlin, but like he used jokes a lot to talk about like politics. So I personally, if your position was, yeah, I get it was a joke, but I still think that the outcome of that joke could have negative ramifications and he deserves to be punished, that's fine. But I do think it was a joke.
I agree.
Aren't jokes meant to be funny? Like what he just
like, yeah,
a statement.
I think humor is subjective. I think some people.
Yeah,
he said a statement that like no one would ever laugh to. Like it wasn't set up like a joke at all. He made a statement.
Well, it's a dry humor.
And he was angry, and he was like, "Man, like someone needs to go bomb that bill." Like, well, I don't know what I can say. I'm on Twitch, right? I don't want to get you guys in trouble.
just don't say cracker, and you should be okay.
Okay,
nice.
So
Keem, do you think he was being serious?
Of course, I think he was being serious. But
define serious. You think he's serious as if he was
Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying. There's more than fucking 3 words that want to come out of my mouth. There's a lot more. Okay, look. Of course he's being serious. In that moment, he's like frustrated. He wants all guns banned, that whole 9 yards. And I'm sure I'm misrepresenting him there, but the gist of it, right? He's frustrated. He's making his little political takes and dance to appeal to the alt left and all that. He's dunking on every Republican person there is. He wants action to take place. And he goes, "Oh, there's a protest at the NRA building. Someone needs to bomb that." And there's a silence, right? And then his wife goes, "Uh-huh." Right? Silence. And then he realizes, holy shit, I'm on a live stream. Like I'm not just sitting here talking to my wife. I'm not in a private Discord. I'm on a live stream. Whoa. Okay, we'll take that back. Like that's what took place. So when you say joke, you mischaracterize what actually happened. We've all seen it. Where is the joke? There is no fucking joke. When he's saying, "I hope somebody puts a stick in that guy's wheelchair," that's a joke. That is a joke. When he's like, there was plenty of other messed up things that he said on that podcast that were jokes. Okay, this one line was not a fucking joke.
Keem, all of what you said is true. All of what you just said is true, but you understand it can all still be true while stating that, you know, what he originally said was a joke.
Guys, do you remember? You guys remember in like 2009 when I was on Blog TV with my hands up? It was a joke. It was a joke. It was just a joke. If this is what we're gonna do and call things a joke, that statements that come out, "Oh, it was a joke. It was a joke." If that's what we're gonna do, then we can apply it to every fucking thing you say. Everything you say. If there is no standard on what's a joke and what isn't a joke, then everything's a joke.
Okay, so when Ethan Klein said they should bomb a location, do you think that his intention was to make a call to action of his followers to go and do that act?
I think in that moment he wished somebody bombed the
Well,
building.
okay,
and got rid of-
all right. That's the difference. Do you think that he wanted his audience to go and do that as a thing, or do you think that he wanted like, oh well, you know, it would be awesome if that happened?
Well, when we're saying heat of the moment, you're saying something that is heat of the moment. And then after taking a breather and realizing what you said, you have to walk it back because it's heat of the moment, right? And you don't necessarily mean that, but you did mean it in the moment, in that moment.
But how long did that moment last? Didn't he instantly retract it?
I mean, it doesn't matter. Like when you have a big platform like that, you have a responsibility. You can't be saying shit like
Well,
that.
sure,
You
but
can't
he
be.
got like the week ban, which I think was totally reasonable.
Oh God, that's so light considering the backstory and considering,
I
you
don't.
know, and I know what you watched Augie's stream, so you already heard this point, but the whole point why there was even an adpocalypse was because of ISIS videos on YouTube and stuff. Like there is nothing worse you can do than that. That is pretty much the worst thing you can do on youtube.com. Because here's the thing, all right? If God forbid down the road some horrible thing happens in line of what Ethan said that he hoped for, not only is Ethan responsible, but so is YouTube because they should have he should be gone. That is the worst fucking thing you can do. And that was the first statement, right? Then you have the edgy jokes about making fun of the politician that's handicapped or whatever, and of course he pushed it really far with the whole Walmart thing. And you know, I don't have a problem with edgy humor at all. In fact, I love it. My issue is that I can't do it. I can't do it on Drumler. I can't be edgy on Drumler. Nick can't be edgy. Augie, as soon as they find out what you've been doing, you're done. The whole
Okay,
point.
buddy.
Well, I could see you. I could see why people would snipe you specifically, Keem. But I think that everyone else could probably be edgy because I know what you're
No.
saying fundamentally. Because like I've banned off TikTok for edgy humor that's not even as close to the same humor as other people on TikTok because people don't like me on that platform now. Right?
You know why I'm squeaky clean like on Drumler and everything and on YouTube especially and even really on Twitter I'm not the Keemstar I used to be. It's because this guy's trying to get me deplatformed
That's true.
for years, like since 2020, and actually before that. He's literally campaigned to get me. It's not just about what he's been doing behind the scenes with his YouTube partner manager and all that shit, which like he has been talking to YouTube to get me banned, campaigning to get me banned. He's done it publicly. He literally uploaded a video and the title of the fucking video was "Should we deplatform Keemstar?" He made like 200 videos on me in the span of like 2.5 years. He's been actively trying to get me gone. So my only defense to that is don't break the rules, but then also call out every time he fucking breaks the rules, and it's insane. It's over the top. There is no person on YouTube that I can think of off the top of my head that has broken that many rules and got away with it.
So it sounds like what you're saying is that you have a lot of frustrations with Ethan to the degree where you think, like, to me, I interpret it as like you hate Ethan a lot, justifiably so, based on your account, and then maybe you have a little bit of like a disproportionate energy towards Ethan when it comes to these situations because you're so riled up that he's been targeting
biased is how I'm biased. How can I not be biased? How could I not? But here's the thing. If he were to say, okay, let's drop this feud, we're all good, and I would drop it like that. I don't want to fucking live with this constant feud every fucking day of my life, but he will not fucking drop it. I went to him multiple times calling for fucking peace. He will not drop it. His whole goal is to get me deplatformed. That is his whole goal. So what, now that I know the games of the rules is to get me banned, all right? And I know it from behind the scenes. I know it publicly. I got sources on top of fucking sources, people in and out of this fucking company, all right? If that is the fucking game, then I have to obviously sit back, wait for my opponent to break the rules, which happens once a week, and then point it out. And when it gets to a point where the guy is sitting there calling for a terrorist attack in U.S. soil, and I know he walked it back. We all acknowledge that he walked it back, but it doesn't matter. It's still said, all right? It's still said. There is nothing worse there is nothing worse.
I think a school shooting might be worse.
On YouTube? When did that
Well,
happen on YouTube?
that would be really bad. Yeah. Well, my point is that like obviously everybody's super tense. Like even you, like I know that you're really everybody's frustrated about the situation, and he handled it wrong, and that's why he got banned for a week. That's what I'm saying is like he got I think a proportionate punishment to what he said personally.
Yeah, but you got to understand, he's basically calling for more bloodshed.
Yeah, but he wasn't
Like,
even if you're saying it wasn't a joke and it was just like an intrusive thought that popped out, he instantly walked it back, and nobody has like taken action against what he had said. So I don't think it's reasonable to say that it was like a legitimate call. Like
we got to frame it the right way, because when you say he instantly took it back, right? No, what happened is the guy that's supposed to keep him in line when he says messed up stuff, Dan said, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he looked at Dan like a deer in headlights and said, oh my God, yeah, I just said that. Whoa. All right, we're going to walk that one back, and try to laugh it off as a joke. And so there's been this campaign by Hassan, by Ethan, by many others that cover this and label this statement as a joke. And if this is the qualification, right? If this is the standard that if you say anything fucked up, you could just say it was a joke, then no one can be held liable for anything they say anymore.
I personally listen, you said who left? I left when he said that because it was really fucked up and it was pretty far. I interpreted it as a very dark, edgy joke. Probably, obviously, an area of intrusive thought.
His monotone.
Well, she's not an edgy person,
Monica,
so she, of course, it wouldn't appeal to her. You know,
monotone Monica just turned to him and said,
He very quickly walked the I will assert the joke back, but either way, again, like he got his punishment for it. I think that like based on the context of the situation, I think he got a reasonable punishment.
Did he need help from someone else on the podcast to walk it back though?
Maybe, probably.
No, he did.
Sure. Well, what does that necessarily matter? Because the joke was he made the joke, he walked it back, and then he said like, "Sorry, that was a joke."
Because he shouldn't get full responsibility, or excuse me, full credit for walking it back, because he had to be nudged to walk it back.
Yeah, that's a normal human thing, I feel like, especially when you're on like a group of like multiple
it's a normal
people.
thing, but we got to call it what it is. We can't just say he walked it back. He was nudged to walk it back.
Okay, he was nudged to walk it back.
What really happened? We got to talk about what actually took place.
He was nudged to walk it back, and then he walked it back, and then he got a week ban. I think that was reasonable.
And you know, I want to bring up another point. If this is Smaggle or something like that, can you just mute him?
Oh, I'm insulted. Not all autistic people are the same, Keem. Chill the fuck out.
I don't know who that is, but I think that's the person I muted before.
Wait, you muted me?
Yeah.
That's tragic.
Did I mute this person before?
Bro, what is this like inner commentary community politics that I'm not aware of?
If somebody comes in that's completely irrelevant with an annoying voice, I mute them because they try to get airtime to get some clout off of some other popular people, and they don't really add to the conversation. They just annoy everyone. So
hey, Smaggle adds a lot. All right.
I didn't even ask
Smaggle
added to the
nothing.
call. We had one conversation, Keem.
But I do want to bring up this one point of the ace. What is his name? Ackman. Ackman put the what is it? A pickle. He put a pickle on the guy's face, right?
Sure.
And he got an actual strike on the video because, you know, apparently that's sexual harassment towards another creator. Is that the way it's interpreted?
I mean, I mean, there's listen, I don't know exactly why they flagged that video. I mean, there's probably a bias there. It could have been more than just that pickle picture. If you look, I don't know, it's weird, but if you look through it, ironically, there was like this weird joke that he made where he was talking about, well, I guess if the Quantum TV is allowed on there, I guess like here, link in the bio for like my porn thing, this, that, like something like that, or a pyramid scheme. And then he showed messages from Quantum TV, which are obviously from Quantum, but since they're screenshots, they were also, I guess you could consider them within the realm of sexual nature, because Quantum TV is very, homophobic.
Wait, actually, I do have confirmation it is the pickle.
Oh, is it the pickle? Okay, well, if you have objective confirmation, then there you go.
Yeah, I don't. I can't say how, but I do have information that it's the pickle.
There's a sniper pointed at Keemstar from us.
Isn't
the next
Ackman
roof over?
Wait. Isn't Ackman publicly saying that it's the pickle, right? He's publicly saying it, so we can say that.
Well, if you have a source, why do we need his public explanation of it being a pickle if you know for a fact?
Well, because I would assume that YouTube
he turned his
told
channel
him,
into a pickle, Morty.
I would assume that YouTube told him directly that was the pickle, right?
I have no idea. Well, the thing is that like he's been a little bit misrepresentative of some of the things going on when it comes to YouTube. Like, for instance, when it comes to like his demonetization of the channel, he kind of made it seem like a little bit of a conspiracy, but then it came out it was because of that joke he made about doxing them. So I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm just saying that like he may not even be able to tell us exactly why everything is going on. So I don't know exactly why he got the video taken down.
Anyhow, here's one thing that you can't do on YouTube,
or
right?
sexual, whatever.
Start sexually like fucking harassing another creator, even Quantum TV, anyone. Like you can't. Like the whole thing with the pickle is super light, and I can't ever imagine that being a strike. But I would assume that the pickle thing is on the grounds of like sexual harassment towards another creator, right? You can't do
Quantum TV 2 out of 10.
You can't do anything like that. Like that is, I know the TOS because I have to know it because people are trying to get me banned. All right, but my point is, in saying that, is Ethan uploaded a video with a fucking, I swear to God, with a Keemstar puppet, and he started having a threesome with the Keemstar puppet. Uploaded it to YouTube.
Wait,
but didn't he get a week ban for that though too, or something?
But here's the thing, he didn't. All right. So you know, I was asking YouTube at the time, right? Because now I'm like really crossing my T's and dotting my I's and making sure I'm not doing anything that can ever get me on, right?
Can't talk about anything
and I'm
else.
like, what about like, because if I were to respond to this, let's say I responded with an Ethan doll or whatever, like would I get in trouble? Right? Would I get banned? Like if I were to respond to this? And they said, of course you can't do that. And so I'm like, well, he just did it. look at this video, right? And so they reviewed the video and it got age restricted. And I'm like, what? Like, could you imagine if like Leafy had like a Pokemon doll and he was like doing an imaginary threesome with it, or like these are things you can't do. And he didn't get a strike on it, but Act Man TV gets a strike for a pickle.
I thought that he got something removed for a week because of something like that.
He got it removed because he did the fake interview with the fake girlfriend.
Okay.
I think
I know what you're talking about now. I was like, is that really your girlfriend? And then I was like, I realized after watching like half of it, I was like, oh no, it was bullshit.
And then he was like just saying like Keemstar's got a little dick and all this other stuff. Like this stuff doesn't.
Well, you'd have to verify if that's true or not.
I think I have a pretty average dick, but I don't know. What is the average size penis?
That's what Flamenco said on stream.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters.
The average size penis is like 3 inches, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty.
No,
dude, Keem has the average size penis in China.
No. Then if it really is 3 inches, then I'm much bigger.
Wow.
But
okay,
incredible. I think a lot of people care more about like how it looks rather than how big it is necessarily.
Real two-hander.
That's a lie. It really can't be average just 3 inches.
It's not. It's like 5. Right? It's like 5 inches.
Okay.
I thought the average was 4.
If only.
Seems like, yeah, I'm average. Wait.
Dude, well, I thought I was
Keem's
a
penis
giant.
Is bigger than yours, so you're owned.
Yeah.
Keem was about to open up the OnlyFans when he heard that, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I would never. But anyhow, I guess my point in me saying all this is like, dude, I keep seeing this guy getting favoritism. Like I compare this to anything else going on, and he keeps getting favoritism. But they're coming for me. They want to get me. Like the whole YouTube.com, I feel wants me banned.
Even like,
have you considered that we're near like Juneteenth and maybe they don't want to ban Quantum TV because of that?
I mean, maybe. I honestly
because it's Pride Month and they didn't take action on.
It's also Juneteenth.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think black people are more oppressed than gay people. They fall lower on like the oppression.
Is that why EDP's channel's still up on YouTube?
They can't take it down.
They have to wait till after Juneteenth.
Yeah. Well, Juneteenth is this Monday, so we're all set. Or next,
He's
you know what I'm saying?
on Tuesday, yeah.
Oh my god.
I think it really boils down to like they just won't accept a lot of information that Act Man has. Like they won't take screenshots and things of that nature. And I think that they just kind of made their decision hastily, and then they're just kind of doubling down on it.
You've been covering this, right, Papa Gut?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, I went through everything, and
I'm kind of late to the party, and I found out today this is like a point of contention. Have you ever seen in this entire scenario an email that proves Quantum TV successfully DMCA'd anyone?
I don't
I've
think
heard he's
so.
like,
I
I've heard he's
watched
done it to like
everything.
100 people.
Yeah, bro, because I know a lot of people were upset at me about my tweet. But like, it feels like the Act Man has like a really good reason to go after this guy, but after he didn't get the decision he wanted, he's been pushing a little too far. And I think people are starting to look at some aspects and getting very questionable of it. And that's what the tweet was about. Like, hey, just try to, not to go too far kind of a thing. Because I explained. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I've been in a similar situation with TikTok, where like do you guys know who Zoe Laverne is? Like really lightly.
Yeah.
I had
a 19-year-old fucking around with like a 13-year-old.
Yeah, she was kissed a 13-year-old. So on my alt account at the time had like 600,000 followers on TikTok. I showed the video and said like, look at this, it's fucking disgusting. They banned me. And so because they banned me and they didn't ban her, I sent them a very lengthy email to my community manager calling them like pedophile defenders and like a whole bunch of horrible shit. And then I got my TikTok banned like a year and a half later, like my main, because they changed the community guidelines and a bunch of stuff that got instantly flagged, and they had like ignored me completely. So I feel like that's somewhat comparable to like don't burn those bridges and try not to go too.
But it's so
far,
weird with the bridge burning specifically because you can draw the connection to Mama Max, who basically said like, Susan Wojcicki, you harbor pedophiles on this platform, and then they're like, oh my god, we'd love to have a meeting with you. Nick. And then Act Man comes out and covers his video showing like public statements from YouTube employees who did like a video explaining what their policy is. And sure, I think he could have gone about it better, but then like in his case, for one reason or another, he just lost his whole channel.
I think it's more of like the joke. It was a joke. It absolutely was like the joking threat. And like from a business perspective, because I used to be a manager at my last job, it doesn't matter if they know it's a joke, they will always punish. If you go to Walmart and you joke about beating the shit out of like an employee, you're either suspended or you're gone.
Yeah, that's true, but like again, Mama Max was like, "You guys love pedophiles." Like we
wait. I want to answer some questions real quick because you're asking if you've seen like an actual flag from Quantum TV,
yes.
And so let me answer a bunch of these questions. There was flags from Quantum TV. I don't know how many. I did not see the
trans story,
flags,
maybe,
but I know they did because Quantum TV uploaded a YouTube video. Justifying why he copyright flagged videos.
So, no, but so in the instance where he did copyright strike, that Act Man did show, he didn't even know how to fill it out correctly. YouTube didn't accept it, and they sent it back to him.
Wait,
so
if
somebody's
I see what you're asking. You're asking if there's a successful one, right?
Yeah, like if there's any screenshot of a video that says taken down by.
We're talking about Act Man.
But there would have to be. That's how the whole story starts.
That's the problem. Is why does no one have a screenshot?
Well,
okay. Well, then here's the
right?
well, you gotta reach out to the little kid that roasted him, right? That Act Man TV blew up. He has the original flag, so you have to reach out to him. But let me say this.
Oh, Mischief.
Right? That guy. So my biggest issue with Act Man as a whole and Quantum TV is that Act Man should have uploaded a video and he should have.
Bro, he can't say anybody's name right.
This guy, I guess, ban evading, this guy flagging videos, and this guy being a hypocrite because he's a reviewer. He reviews things, he criticizes things. So once he's criticized, he takes the criticism down. That's what he should have done. Instead, he started pulling like all this edgy stuff that Quantum TV said. He could have pointed it out, but he was trying to get him banned on that basis, which makes Act Man a huge hypocrite because Act Man has like a history of saying the N-word and F-slur and all this horrible stuff. Like there's a whole like meme going around with all his tweets combined. And I know me and Act Man right before this story started got into a debate about something, and I responded to him with all those screenshots of old tweets and stuff. So I don't even know why he brought that up in the first place because he's done the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I guess it's fair. What you're saying is fair. I know like Act Man goes into like the woke anti-LGBTQ ideology of like there's a whole the LGBTQ is trying to turn men, feminize men and shit like that. I know what you're saying though, like it seems a little bit hypocritical. I think he was just attacking from all ends and being a little in some cases like maybe slightly exaggeratory, which might not have helped them.
The Philip DeFranco interview is so bad if you watch it.
Why is it bad?
Because he doesn't represent his point.
I believe I just read this on Reddit, so maybe it's wrong, but I still can't find anything that goes against this. Apparently, Quantum threatened to take down Mischief's video, and then Mischief took his own video down, so it didn't get struck.
Oh, okay. So we don't have any like actual successful chance of pulling anything down. So that means that he can't really violate. Oh, because no, but I think Act Man was saying that just the claims being put in themselves was wrong because he knew they were wrong. But then you have to prove the
I agree
intent.
with those points, but I've heard like somebody said like he struck 100 videos.
Yeah,
like, that was.
I
so
think things are going crazy.
I'm wondering like, is this like a little bit of embellishment?
Oh my god, we've all been lied to? No way.
I don't know if it's. I wouldn't say that as a.
Well, did Act Man say that he got a bunch of other videos taken down, or are people adding that onto the narrative? Because there's a lot of people who are very emotionally connected to Act Man's story that are kind of just saying things that don't necessarily represent what he was actually saying. I don't remember if he specifically said he went after 100 channels. I think he was focusing heavily on using or abusing the system and incorrectly or unjustifiably trying to pull people down.
Look, I know. Look. I don't believe Reddit, Nick. I remember seeing a video from Quantum TV defending why he took down someone else's video. Like I saw it. That's when I made.
I need to look.
I made a Twitter video calling him a pussy. Can I say that on Twitch?
Yeah, you can say that on Twitch.
I made him. I made a Twitter video calling Quantum TV a pussy based on him taking down content because I watched Quantum TV's video where he said he took down content. Like that's what I based it off of. Like he said it, so he had to have done it at some point, Nick.
I'm gonna look.
He goes, the reason why I took down your video is because you're sending hate to my channel. He said something along those lines. Like he had to have taken down at least one video.
Maybe, unless he like misspoke and was he talking to Mischief? Maybe no, because I
don't remember. It was a month ago.
We're in research mode, guys. Don't take anything like
that's
that we're saying as like.
Well, that's the problem. You guys need to stop doing research.
On the stream.
Why don't we just get Act Man in here?
Yeah, I kind of skipped the story because I thought it was like stupid at first. I'm gonna be honest with you, and then I picked it up after it got like YouTube conspiracy mode Giga Chad like meme. Now I'm like trying to play catch up really fast.
Yeah, it was quite a story. I think it did really well for some people and not so well for others. It's like a weird story where some people are interested.
Yeah,
and some
it
people
used to suck on my channel until recently.
Augie, you've covered this. You made like 5 videos.
Yeah,
Have you seen a DMCA?
No, personally, but I'm not covering the well, I didn't cover the DMCA thing anyway. I was covering the Act Man like getting demonetized, so I wasn't covering that section of the story.
You know what's so funny? When okay, so you know the second video that Act Man made, right? Where it got flagged down.
Did you guys watch that video?
I did. I watched it. And so as I'm watching it, he's like calling out all the YouTube employees and like basically, so YouTube employees, they like explain policy and they put that video up on YouTube. So he's like playing the YouTube employees' own words. And then he's like, okay, that's the policy. This is what Quantum TV did wrong. And why aren't you banning them? You know, like, and the whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, okay, so there's no update to the story. Like there's just, okay, Quantum TV didn't get banned. Like your whole goal was to get him banned and he didn't get banned. So there's no update, right? So they're all tweeting at me, all his fans.
You watch all my videos? Nice, bro. Do you trying to subscribe to the Leftover channel?
Second video, and I'm like, but there's no update. Like there's nothing to cover. Like it's the same thing like your first video. You're trying to get him banned and he's not getting banned. There's no news. Like
yeah, I know what you're saying.
What's an update to the story? And then of course he gets banned, and then it becomes a story. You know what I think? I think personally, the reason why he probably got clipped is because he called out individual YouTube employees.
Well, yeah, with the doxing jokes that we were talking about, or are you specifically saying he called out individual YouTube employees?
Like when you see somebody criticizing YouTube, they criticize YouTube. They don't like say this person in this department, like they don't call like a YouTube employees out by name when you criticize YouTube. And he did that. And that was like a yikes for me. I'm like, oh, bro, you're going to make enemies.
I mean, maybe. I mean, somebody would have to be very sensitive to that video if they saw that. I feel like it probably was more to just do with that tweet that he made that he deleted. Although, when did he make that tweet? Do we even know that? I guess I could look it up.
But he also called out a YouTube employee that doesn't even work at YouTube anymore.
He called him? Like
he called him out. He like played their YouTube video that they publicly put on YouTube, and then called them out for not taking action and applying the policy. But that one of those guys doesn't even work at YouTube anymore.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I think we have an update. Here, listen to this. This is from Mischief, okay? How do I fucking screen share this without destroying? I already destroyed my setup or whatever. Listen to this, okay? Here. So he's reading Quantum TV, who made a schizo threat. Like, I'm reading this. It sounds stupid, okay? But listen to this.
Take down on my video calling them out for their bullshit. But before we get into into the guys' degenerate arguments about how my video was quote-unquote not fair use, I want to clear up one or two things regarding why I myself took down the video initially. First of all, at the time I simply said to myself, fuck this, I'll deal with it later, and so took it down.
So Mischief took down the video.
Oh my god.
So the messages that I'm seeing from Quantum is so Quantum reaches out to Mischief and says, you literally stole my video footage with an illegal video downloader. Take this video down and remake it with all the stolen footage and without my likeness in your thumbnail. I own the sole copyright to Quantum TV brand and all of its imagery assets. Failure to remove the stolen content will result in a takedown. I've already formally filed against you, but don't want to copyright strike you. I want my assets removed. So I'm going to give you a heads up. I don't mind criticism. Just don't go stealing my videos from my channel. This isn't going to fly. It's a violation of YouTube's terms of service to use third-party software to acquire someone's videos. You're risking your channel. Only warning, man. And then he took down his own video.
It doesn't change the narrative that much.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Well, it's enough to like, okay, so from YouTube's perspective, it's enough for them to say like, okay, he thinks he has a viable claim, which is different from like weaponizing the copyright system to pull videos down. It doesn't mean he's right, but there's an intentional part there or an intention part there. And then if YouTube asserts that he knew he was wrong when he's not, I can see why they feel like that would get them in trouble. So they're playing it safe.
Yeah, but this is the point that I thought you were going to make, Papa Gut. From YouTube's perspective, they're looking at Quantum TV and they're like, wait, he didn't file any copyright claims. Like true too.
Somebody in chat says he formally filed against him. Yeah, that's what a comment says. I'm pretty sure if somebody DMCA's your video and you take it down before it hits, I'm pretty sure your channel still gets a strike.
Yeah, but even if he DMCA'd the video, you wouldn't get a strike. You just get a warning, and then Mischief could contest that. And then if he contests it, and it doesn't go through, then he would have to apply for whatever legal bullshit. And then if he loses that, then he would get a strike. But he could have left it up, and Quantum could have. We never got to see if the strike actually went through in the first place.
Yeah, he's bullying to remove the video. That's a little different than what initially I was led to believe.
It's different.
Do you see the crap that I'm dealing with on Twitter right now? Anyone see this?
No, what do you got?
Tony is
oh my god.
What's wrong with what's wrong with Tony? He has cancer, doesn't he?
Dude, yeah.
Tony's sniping Keem.
Hey, listen, man. He's going down swinging. You should you shouldn't you shouldn't have pissed him off.
It's so bad.
Dude, it's getting to the point where 20 years from now, his kids are gonna turn around and be like, hey. I remember the day my father fucking
Dude, okay, this happened 7 years ago. And it happened in 2015. In 2016, me and Tony were good. We were friends. We talked on the phone. I was giving him advice and how to get views and whatever, right? This is a long story and there's so many details to this, but long story short, I believe in 2017 he started somebody catfished him. A group of trolls got together and catfished him or whatever. And then a story came out that, he was messing around with someone underage. He wasn't. He was catfished, but the catfishers changed the age. They were telling Tony that it was an adult woman, but then they told the internet that they catfished him with a minor to try to make him look like a P word. So people from that catfish story, these group of trolls started calling him the P word again. And he blamed me for it. And I'm like, I have nothing to do with this. I don't have anything to do with this catfish story. And we had a falling out because he blamed. I made plans to meet up with him in 2015 that summer because I went to Kansas City and I was like, look at Tony. We're so good at. I offered him 20 grand. He wouldn't take my money. I offered to fly him to RuneScape event. I played video games with him on the stream. He accepted my apology, and he didn't want anything but me to be his friend and help him with YouTube and shit. So I'd get on the phone with him, and the guy on the phone is not the guy that you see online at all. It's like two different people. But anyhow, long story short, I go to meet up with him in Kansas City, and I'm calling him to try to like set this up, and he blows me off. And whatever, like not a big deal. But then when I came
Did you
back,
like it when he blew you off?
funny. When I come back to Buffalo, like a couple weeks later, he starts telling everyone that I ditched him. I'm like, wait, that's not true. And so he gets like a little bit of clout from that, like running this fake story that I blew him off. So I make a Twitter video back and I'm like, you're lying. That's not true. Like I called you multiple times. We had plans to meet at this bar and you didn't show up, right? And ever since then, so that was 2015.
I gotta take whatever Keem says with a
So I
grain of
guess
salt.
we were cool for
But,
like maybe
okay.
6 months only.
What do you think
But
changed?
anyhow, just his channel died. Like people stopped watching him because the reason why he got so popular is because he was the old man that I falsely accused of being a pedo. And so that's what
Glory
made his whole career. And so every time that his views would go down and he'd only have like 50 people in his Twitch stream or whatever, he'd say Keemstar's harassing me. And like I wasn't harassing him. He'd say Keemstar's fans are calling him a pedo. I wasn't doing that. And he just kept making videos over and over and over on his YouTube channel and talking about me on stream and all this stuff. So then it became like, now we're at war again. I'm like firing back and I'm like, I'm not doing this. You're lying. Like, and so this has been going on this whole time. And even through the H3H3, when H3H3 covered this and misrepresented everything and wasn't factual on anything, you know, he got a big boost from those H3H3 fans back to his channel because once again, you know, in 2020, 5 years later, he was the victim of Keemstar. He got a clout boost. And so things die down after 2020, the Ethan war back and forth that we had. And he just pops off a video like every month on me just to get a little clout, just to get a little views. And so I get all these tweets saying, hey, Tony's got cancer. Tony's in the hospital. He's got cancer. And I go over to his channel and dude, Nick Deorio and maybe Augie, they know this the best because I've talked to them for years about this going on. So I get these tweets that he's got cancer. So I tweeted him, I'm like, hey, I'm going to put my pride aside for all the bullshit over the last years and wish you the best, Tony. Fuck cancer. He responds to that tweet that I said, me wishing him the best, putting the bullshit aside. And he goes, even in death, I can't escape your harassment or something. Even in death, I can't fuck.
Bro, what the fuck? That's so...
Yeah, and then
hey.
Ethan Klein retweeted it. Keem got ratioed to shit.
Hey, base,
Dude,
bro. Base.
Bro, it's insane. It's insane. All right. So then I was just telling Nick and Augie about how this took place. And by the way, when he did that and said, even in death, I can't escape you, I responded with another tweet and I said, that's the spirit, Tony. Keep that energy so you can beat cancer, right? Like, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I was nice, okay?
Oh, well, I could
nice.
see why people would interpret that as a little bit facetious there.
Well, I was being nice. I'm telling you, man to man, I was being nice. Like, he was being an asshole still, and I was just like, you know what? Go.
Gave him a little cheeky
Keem
tweet
could have
back.
been meaner. He could have been
Pat on
like,
the back, you know.
Tony's only got to beat cancer one time.
anyhow, you know, we shouldn't even be laughing. The guy really is like on his deathbed. But
I'll donate some money after the stream to get my joke.
So,
Yeah,
so
right.
anyhow,
I'm
Fortnite
probably not
store.
going to.
I was literally telling these guys today that this all took place, and they were in shock. And like, not even like an hour ago, he quote tweets my original tweet wishing him well, right? And says, you know, and I don't know who's on his account, but apparently someone's on his account. And he tweets out, yeah, we had to take the phone away from Tony a couple days ago because your fans were calling him a pedo. And I'm like, no,
He's
they're
talking
not.
about Tony in 2022.
Dude, they're not, bro.
Unprompted. I don't.
Well,
believe that's
some of your
happening.
fans probably are calling him a pedo.
They're not. How?
Oh, listen,
How?
I'm not saying that you are directing your fans to call him a pedo. I'm just saying you're a very large content creator. And
where's the proof? Where?
I mean, I don't have.
Where's the
I'm not saying
tweet?
that I have it. I'm saying I wouldn't doubt it if like people are like in his DMs calling him a pedo. Maybe he's lying. Did you ask him for the proof?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get any proof. But here's the thing. Maybe somebody is, but why are they my fans?
Because
Why?
you're just so popular, Keem. Everybody's
This
your fan.
happened 7 years ago. No, but now I'm getting fucking canceled from H3H3's fans again right now because I'm sending people to harass this guy. I'm not doing that. Like, I am not fucking doing this. This is so annoying. 7 fucking years of me being accused of constantly harassing this guy. I'm not doing it.
Dude, Keem is the most oppressed man on the internet.
It sounds like
I am.
it just
no, I am.
it sounds like
bullshit.
it sounds like you should just try not to care about it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you did falsely call him a pedophile, so I can understand why he's very frustrated.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes that's just life, man. You fuck up, and it is what it is. I would just try not to give any attention to it. You know.
Should I bring Act Man in here? I'm talking to him right now.
Yeah, bring him in.
Yeah.
The legend
I haven't
himself.
spoken.
Oh,
Make sure you say call him by the right name instead of calling him
I used to
Ackman.
watch this guy on the internet a
Papa
while
Gunt.
ago. Holy
There you go.
shit. The Act Man.
Bad gump,
Back-
yeah.
back in the
Can you make
news.
the "Why am I still getting hate" part 2?
Crazy.
When well,
This fucking guy Tony has cancer. Why am I still getting hate?
Dude, I feel so.
I wish you well.
Dude, you know how it is where like,
I'm gonna
dude,
pee
like
real
his advice.
I'm gonna
of,
go
like,
pee,
just don't talk about it.
and I'm gonna
Yeah,
watch
I
the
get it,
stream.
but like I'm being accused of doing something heinous, and I didn't do it. I'm not doing it. It's so annoying.
I'm gonna pee real quick.
Team, you just got
about me.
you just got destroyed.
Team, the marketplace of ideas couldn't handle this stuff,
Bro.
Listen, chat on Nicholas Deorio, because I'm not even gonna go over to Papa Gun. I know what all you people are saying. You're horrible. I didn't do anything. I'm innocent. I did not do anything. My fans are not doing
That's
this.
exactly what a guilty person would say.
My fans that I have right now probably weren't even subbed to my channel in 2015. They don't even know who this guy is. I'm innocent. I'm so sick of being accused of this.
Keem's
It's
really
messed
pissed
up.
off, and Papa Gunt is just pissing.
Off.
So,
Didn't
it's
Keem
so-
repeatedly
dude,
offer
I'm
to
like,
the
it's
Golden
bad.
Glory guy?
Like, you don't
just,
understand. Like
to
when
make up
H3H3 retweets
conversation
that
and shit?
stuff, and his fans read it, they believe it's real. They really think I'm doing this. That I'm sitting there like sending people to go harass a guy that is dying of cancer.
It's so
Like,
funny.
they-
The
they
H3H3 guys
believe it.
think that we're sending people to coordinate hit attacks on the old man when this guy literally promoted Britbong.
Well, when are
I'm
you
just-
making your own podcast to contest with Ethan's podcast? That's the real question.
That's what I said.
Like, yeah, like,
look,
I don't understand.
Mutahar,
Like,
I come in and I hear H3H3.
Here's the biggest problem that I have with my podcast. So obviously, every podcast that I've ever done since the Bad Kid Cast has been a huge success. You know, I had the Bad Kid Cast, I had Bait It, Mom's Basement. I'm pretty sure there was one in between, but regardless, they've all been giant hits. I am in the process of working on a new podcast. But I need to find the right host, someone that I like.
why don't you just host it yourself and do like a weird thing? I don't know, like a YouTube community fucking podcast or some bullshit like
Yeah,
that.
solo show.
I've never done a podcast by myself. Like I did the one with Clown. Me and Clown would fight. That was good. That was baited. That started the trend. That made Ethan Klein start his show.
Keemstar invented podcasting.
Yeah, it sounds like it. You're like the
I
the
did
Christian
at
of the
that time.
commentary community here. You're inventing everything.
I did at that time. Nobody in our community had a podcast except for I was like the first one.
I mean, you could create like a community podcast where you'd have Ethan beat out on that, because regardless of whether you like him or hate him, he has like no real community standing, generally speaking. So you could probably capitalize on that.
You know who would be a good host? And I'm not even joking. Papa Gut.
Probably
Like
yeah.
me and you could probably fucking rake in millions.
Ooh.
Probably. I mean, if
that
you're
would be a good show.
if you're willing to take in a small channel, sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm totally down. I honestly, but
Well, see, the best podcast that the best thing about the podcast that I'm on is like there's no yes man shit. Like that yes man shit is horrible. Nobody wants that. They want They want two people to talk about, you know.
Are you trying to make
and...
frenemies with Papa Gut?
Yeah, frenemies too. Which one of us is trans?
Yeah, but everyone forgets that. Yeah, those two fought, but they didn't fight on issues. They both agreed that everyone they talked about needed to be canceled and their sponsors needed to be taken away. You guys forget that part.
What percentage of this podcast would be Ethan focused though? That's the real question. Because it sounds like I'm going to be running defense
episode.
for. It sounds like I'm always going to be running defense
2.0.
for Ethan.
It's the new Leafy arc.
I mean, Papa Gut, you answered your own question. How this conversation even started? You said, "Well, when are you going to make a podcast to confront some of this bullshit from Ethan?" I mean, I would obviously have to do that, and you would have to confront my bullshit because I'm going to call you out and stuff when I'm watching your videos, like I do on Twitter. You know.
Just do a react video where you just sit down and watch a whole reaction that I do, and then react to my reaction, and then you can have a nice react channel.
I could do that easy. That's like the laziest content.
Apparently, WillyMacShow just got tipped off by Act Man to go look at this person. Who is this? Ninja Ken AV. And then as soon as Willy tries to reach out, he got blocked. There will be no research on this.
Yeah, it seems like he's
blocked.
It seems like he's really tried to do a lot of research on it. He's getting a little cucked there.
Shut it down, guys.
Has anyone noticed that the T channels are all dying? Like they're really
after Willy's series, they all rebranded.
Why? What was Willy's series about T channel? I'm very behind on everything.
Them over like the because Willy talked about how there were. Oh God, this is so far. I'm actually starting to forget. There was stuff with like Gabby Hanna and people were covering her daily when she wasn't.
The T channel arc was the worst arc we ever went on. That shit sucked. It was so boring.
Because you hate women, so you didn't want to deal with it. But okay, I mean, for everybody else,
all right.
The Pastel Bell shit was funny. I just don't remember.
You said women.
The second I heard women, I was out of it, dude. I didn't want to talk about
I mean, the T channels were really bad at one point.
They were. Yeah, I would watch Willy's videos. They're classics.
What do you mean? I liked Creepshow Art's videos.
Yeah, Creepshow Art was a game.
I was a big fan.
Well, you know who else I heard was a big fan of Creepshow Art?
Who's that?
Tipster. What's going on with him?
Okay.
Listen,
style maybe.
No hate. No hate.
In the game.
No hate on Tip. I heard that he challenged me to a boxing match or something.
Apparently, he was really drunk and he challenged you and me to boxing matches.
I mean, I don't know. I'd have to. I guess I could start training, but you know.
Tipster's not gonna fucking box anybody. You know, this is the guy who didn't even come out when we were 5 minutes away from his house at VidCon. He's not gonna fight us in the octagon, all right?
Wait, 5 minutes away. Wait, so you live on Long Island, don't you? I'm not doxing you. You said so the other day.
Yeah. We were in we were in LA for VidCon last year, even though it got canceled. All of us went down there.
He lives next to the Madison Square Garden, everyone.
Listen.
Train ride away from Madison Square Garden.
I'm a car ride away from Madison Square Garden. So.
Oh shit! You're out here. That's awesome.
Yeah. So if you want to get
more New York YouTubers.
Oh yeah,
Wang and Aiden.
I asked. I remember I asked. What's his face? Def Noodles if he wanted to get coffee one time after our big fight, and he denied it. So if you want to get coffee, it's totally fine. Maybe we can get Def Noodles to come with us.
I'd be down to do that. Wait, is Def Noodles in New York now?
I have no fucking idea where he is.
Because all right, so Gabby Hanna hit me up.
He's in LA.
Damn. Right?
Is it?
And apparently he did like shows, right? Like comedy shows. So we were trying to find out what day he did comedy shows, and I was gonna try to get everybody from VidCon to go.
That's fucked up. What, to troll him? Because I feel
that's
just fucked up. It's such a hard thing to do. I feel like comedy's so hard to go on stage. That would be so fucked up if you did that.
It's gonna be like VidCon 2017.
Guys, the Ackmans here. So we had questions, right? We were talking about
what's going on,
man. We're trying to figure out if Quantum TV actually copyright claimed anybody.
I thought he just left.
Wait. Hold up. Wait.
Oh,
there's concerns about that.
I saw Willy's tweet, and I know you were going back.
Bro,
and
this
forth
is gonna
with
go.
Him.
Oh my god!
I was just wondering,
crazy,
is there any screenshot of like the email where he?
Just so you know, I said that he did because I literally saw his video where he said that he did and defended why he flagged people's videos. But we're just asking you because apparently nobody's seen the actual copyright claim.
What the fuck? No, it's in the copyright abuse video. It's also in the Dark Age of YouTube video, but that was taken down. Here's one for Jolster. There's the one for me. Yeah, that's Jolster's video.
See, Nick bringing up these goddamn conspiracy theories.
Hey, well, he's got to verify it, you know?
Dispel them if
Hold
they're
up,
not
hold up.
real.
Here's the community post where he posted that videos were being taken down in his name, and those two links lead to these two videos. One just says video unavailable. The other one says taken down by a copyright claim due to Quantum TV.
That's the one. There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the
Alright.
one. Here's the shit for Ninjishin where he copyrighted the Deadpool cosplay skit. Here's the one. Here's the one where
so many receipts.
There's the one where he's
There's like 40
here's the one
fucking
where he's
pictures.
threatening a guy with a copyright strike.
What do you got, a
He
folder?
is going the fuck off.
Yeah, here's the one where he's blaming YouTube
my
support for the copyright strike. So
Damn.
All right, I gotta say, Willie. I
So-
think it's a dead end.
What?
yeah, what the fuck?
Fucking
Yeah, what the fuck?
Did
Like,
well,
I don't get it.
I didn't
Whoa,
even
this guy
look.
is OCD as fuck over it too. What?
I didn't.
No,
I
he's
didn't
not
even
allowed to
look.
Wait, Willie's trying to beg to get in right now.
I think
Hold on.
I think he's just trying to make sure that when he
Oh,
reports
boy.
on it, he's being accurate. I don't think he's not
It's
trying
over.
to.
It's
No,
left to go
I
over.
think Act Man brought all the receipts. Hold
I don't-
on.
Yeah, well,
I need to-
that's not all of them. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Yo, Willie, what's up, my dude?
Will,
I got.
This is
awesome.
fucking crazy.
This is so awesome. The
Yeah.
reason why I never even looked for any of these screenshots is because I didn't have to. Ackman admitted it. He like literally was
How many
defending
people
why
are in
he was
here?
flagging
There's like
everyone.
1, 2, 3,
You
4,
can see
5,
what
6,
I'm
7,
working
8,
with
9
here.
people.
This is so fucking
Jesus
based. I love
Christ.
this stream.
Willie, this is what you get for.
Hey, listen, he's just trying to do his research, man. You know, you got.
Yeah, you can see what I'm working with.
Yeah, dude, this Ninjishin guy just blocks me immediately, bro. What the fuck?
Hey,
Wait,
Willie,
why?
do you see all this?
Why did he block you?
There's a bunch of
Because
people
I
in
was
here.
just
There's
like, hey,
there's
no, I
Act
just want to
Man,
ask a couple
Keemstar,
questions
Nick
about this, and then
Deorio,
immediately I'm
Augie,
blocked.
Stardust,
Like,
and
what
Willy
the
Mac.
fuck, bro? This
Ton of
is
people
so
in here.
annoying.
Billy, I don't know if you're qualified to cover for me on Dromler anymore. God damn.
Well, yeah, but you were never gonna retire anyway. Let's be
Looking
honest.
into stuff.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
I
here's
think you
a-
got more wrong on Drama Alert than I have, bro. What the
No,
fuck?
here's some
listen.
shit about
No.
a
Listen.
privacy
What?
complaint.
Damn.
Let's talk about this
Here's a privacy
retirement. I
so
complaint
really
much
because
wish
information.
Quantum docs Ninjishin on his community page.
What am I looking at? Just what you sent here?
How did he actually dox him? Is this the
Oh.
proof of that?
Yeah. Like he posted his like business address. Which,
Yeah, no,
like,
I've seen this stuff.
What was the
technically
business?
you can technically you can post like your business. I don't know. It might have been his actual address because he's like a calibrator, and most
Okay.
calibrators work out of their home.
Ackman, quick question. Do you know
Yeah.
for a fact the pickle was the reason why you got the
Yes,
strike?
unwanted sexualization is what
Did they
Philip
confirm it?
DeFranco told me.
Did
No,
they
but can you
confirm it was
confirm
specifically
it
the
was
pickle?
the pickle?
There's nothing else in the video that could be construed as unwanted
So they
sexualization.
didn't tell you. They didn't tell you it
They
was.
didn't
the
tell
pickle.
you that though.
Yeah, they did not say you were
Mm-hmm.
demonetized because of a cucumber. I feel like that sentence alone, coming out of someone's mouth would something would trigger there.
Well,
So,
Papa
no.
got brought up some point that there was maybe something else sexual in the video.
Well, so
What was the point?
let me just pretext this by saying I don't think that the claim is valid regardless. But I was just exploring like what could it possibly be. Either way, it seems like they were targeting your video. But there was a point in there where you jokingly called to your like your pornography thing or some bullshit like that, and then you showed screenshots of something Quantum TV was saying, which were like a lot of homophobic and shit that might be in the realm of that.
Yeah,
And they might have done it
been
for that. They
I
might
don't
have-
know if this was it. This was you guys have read this, right?
Yeah, I don't think that would be it either, man.
This is the piece de resistance.
The reason why they took your video down is because you criticize YouTube. That's my
Yeah,
firm
that's
opinion.
you criticize
Yeah.
the employees, bro. I'm certain of it.
Yeah.
Well, now you know your
and
place,
it wasn't
bro.
even the thing about it is it wasn't even criticizing the employees. It was just like
That was
the
a joke,
It was the
obviously,
policies that
guys.
weren't being enforced.
Saying it to you,
But those are all the people that work on making the policies.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like they
So
had
you
to
are
self-identify.
criticizing the employees, right? Let's just call it what it is, right?
I mean,
don't even think
yeah,
that should be a bad thing, right?
I'm
Let's just be
criticizing the
straight up, though.
policies and the lack of enforcement of said policies.
No, dude, what is so annoying with dealing with this shit is me just asking questions to understand all this shit. I keep getting sent stuff where it's like, You're defending.
Who's in the
It's
call?
not me
Keemstar,
fucking
Mutahar, Nick
defending this guy. You
Deorio,
guys are
Mate,
all
Augie,
driving me nuts with that
Stardust,
shit.
Act Man, and WillyMac.
I don't know, man. It
I'm
just
trying
seems
I'm
like
trying
you're
to
being
know-
intellectually dishonest about all this by trying to find ways to make excuses for this shit.
Well, I think he's
It's
just
like,
trying to
okay,
research
Where have
it,
I made
though.
an excuse for this shit? Name one excuse I made for this shit.
I'm just saying you're
man.
trying to rephrase like what you're trying to say. What? Well, maybe it wasn't doxing what he did to his mom. Okay, well, whatever you want to label it as, it's still fucked up to look up someone's mom,
That's not
call
me
them over
defending
beef.
it though, but that is not what doxing is, right? That's me still saying what he did is bad. It's creepy.
We've
It's
come
out of
full
line. It's
circle.
borderline
That's what the stream
threatening.
initially was me arguing against Willie's point with Aiden.
Yeah.
But it's,
well,
it's
are
not
we, is
me
anybody
going ahead.
streaming
It's
this right
just
now?
not what it is because doxing.
Yeah.
That's live.
There's a few people
Aiden,
on
you're
there.
live. Augie might be live. Is it
Oh,
Nick live?
I'm sorry.
think Nick's
I
live.
assumed that you knew that
Well,
this was
Keem!
live. I just
This
assumed.
is live.
Just
Yeah, it's live.
We're
Nick's got it
live.
live.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You didn't
I
tell
just
him?
assumed. I assumed that Ackman knew it was live.
Oh, you got
Yeah,
me.
I had no clue
You
this
got
was
me,
live.
killer
I just assumed.
Keemstar.
Well, he
Fuck that
didn't
way.
say anything that was like damning. So
Yeah.
I guess
You can't go and do that.
It feels like Eggman because I'm even asking questions. It's like you think I must be dishonest.
okay,
It's just
okay,
me
so
having to
I
do
sent-
research.
This is crazy.
It's just
I
me
sent Ackman
learning.
a screenshot of the Discord instead of the stream, so that I fucked up. My bad.
Ooh,
Nice one.
ooh,
I'm
now
so
I get to be
sorry.
on drama alert. Now I get to be on drama alert. No, I'm kidding.
I do want you on drama. I have to do an interview. I'm gonna wait like a week and then respark the flames of this controversy because it's insane.
Well, the question here though
Yeah,
is
really
how are
is.
you going to tie Ethan into it though?
Well,
Jesus Christ. He's already done it with the fucking NRA thing. He's not gonna.
but listen. Hear me out, okay? He got flagged for sexualization because he had a cucumber in
He's about
the
to do
guy's
it.
face,
He's about to
right?
do it.
That's what he got
Ethan
the strike
Klein-
for, yeah.
Yep, that's what he got the strike for. Ethan Klein fucked a Keemstar doll on YouTube and got age restricted.
Dude, you could look up fucking naked news or some bullshit on YouTube and probably find full frontal nudity.
Well, yeah, but they do. They have
has to be.
nude
Dude,
yoga.
naked yoga.
Yeah, nude yoga's
Nude
all
yoga.
over the.
I mean, some of that shit is straight up off
Yeah.
the hub.
He
No,
did
but
it.
if
Wait,
there's-
he fucked a Keemstar doll? That
Yep.
has to be
was
sexual
hot.
harassment.
Did you enjoy it?
Exactly. So that's why I keep bringing up Ethan is because it's the ultimate defense
Go,
of
dude, go,
Ackman.
Ethan.
Like if you're gonna follow policy, then why is this guy doing all this shit?
Wait, can I have a question? I have a moral question for you, Keemstar. It's like the railroad question. If you could, would you rather get Act Man his monetization back and like let go of the Ethan stuff, or would you,
no.
or if both of them could get banned, would you take that?
I would let Ackman get his monetization back.
He's just saying that
Wow.
because I'm here.
If Ackman, if he
No,
wasn't
I'm
here,
serious.
What a good guy.
No, if he wasn't here, seriously.
Bro, if
because
he
this
could
is not right.
strike down Ethan right now, you
Nobody would
damn
know.
well.
The
You're
hammer,
wrong.
the
You're
hammer
wrong.
of
No.
vengeance is in
Kidding.
his hand.
You're all wrong. You're all wrong.
I like that question.
You're all wrong because I want a even playing field. You don't understand. Like I have been like going out of my way
Yeah,
to
good
make
guy,
sure
Keem.
I don't break any TOS or even come close to the line because I'm at threat of losing my channel every day. This guy is behind the
I might
scenes
believe Keemstar.
and publicly trying to get me banned. All right.
I mean, you
So when
say that you've gotten Ethan more strikes than he's gotten you strikes, right?
because
shit.
I'm not messing
I
up.
mean, shit.
I'm not breaking the rules.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think that's like listen, at the end of the day, Ackman gets the strike for unwanted sexualization, which I don't understand because
I
there's
don't
so many
feel like
obvious.
it could be that shitty cucumber joke, dude. I think they just put that shit on you to.
Well,
to fuck you.
it's shitty because they don't tell you exactly what point of the video or what reason. It's just you got taken down for unwanted sexualization.
Yeah.
Obviously, you lost your monetization because you made a tweet that YouTube took incredibly seriously,
Mhm.
even though it was without a shadow of a doubt, I think, to any normal human fucking being, it wasn't actually like a credible threat. But I think ever since, we had that YouTube shooting, YouTube's not taken any of this too kindly. I mean, like, at the end of the day, this is a site that owes nobody anything, like no one's entitled to get a monetization, back on their account, or no one, you know what I mean? Like this is a private company doing what a private company wants.
well, I mean,
I think where I differ on this is like
But he
further
stopped.
antagonizing the company. Where you mentioned things like LGBTQ issues and how YouTube is like there for it. Obviously,
I just.
I think those are going to cause the unwanted. Like it's going to make it so that YouTube, if they wanted to reinstate you, it gives them a reason on a personal level to not. Like if
Well, you know what? Here's the
Yeah.
thing about it. I don't want to They took something from me that they shouldn't have.
So you just
Now,
scorch
granted,
it.
it's their right as a company to fuck over whoever they want, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna play how they want just because they're jangling the keys in front of me and saying, "You want your monetization back,
Right.
don't you? Yeah, you want that back, don't you,
I
you little bitch?"
I wish you would have said this yesterday than before going on Twitter and responding to me where it's like, well, that's not what I'm trying to do at all. You know,
Yeah,
like,
well, it's like,
even though YouTube,
Well, you're
I mean,
you're
you gotta
triggering
understand, there's an
everybody
emotional
here.
aspect to this shit too,
yeah,
right? Like,
Well, yeah.
My
I
fucking
understand,
family got
and
involved
you're
in this
putting me
shit,
through the
man.
ringer
Well, yeah, but it's
when
one of
it
those.
is
That's what I was
exactly
trying to
what it is.
say. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You can go ahead.
No, I'm just saying because then you deny it, and then you put me through the ringer, and then I hear right now that no, that is the reason. So now it's like, what the fuck?
What are you talking about? What's the reason for what?
Because you
What?
were saying when I was like, yo, it does seem like you're just trying to like frame all of the YouTube as like, or the policy team or whatever, as people that are just
No,
like homophobic and all that. And you're like,
no,
no, I'm saying they
no.
seem like they're homophobic. Well, that's the same thing.
No, it's their incompetence that leads to this brand image unintentionally because they haven't took action against something that is so fucking obvious that I put in their face and said, "Look at this. This guy's breaking all these rules." I'm not saying people at YouTube are homophobic and pieces of shit. I'm saying the people that were in charge of these investigations into the matters, they overlooked everything.
Willie,
I think it's a
Do you
fair,
understand the
valid point.
difference?
I think
Do you
it's a
understand
fair,
the
valid
difference?
point to have it.
I need to say this. I absolutely need
It's
to say
fucking
this,
crazy.
right? I need to say this. Dude, we may not have the power. Like, we don't own youtube.com, but we are the creators and we have a voice. And we should be absolutely terrified that one creator called out YouTube for not doing their job done and was punished for that reason, calling them out. Because that's what took place. And if that's the case, then we have lost all
Here's
of
the
any
thing.
power we have.
It wasn't just specifically calling out YouTube. If it was just calling out YouTube, and I'll say this much: if it was just calling out YouTube, people like me or Charlie or whatever would have been fucking removed off the platform immediately.
All of us would have. Everybody's called out YouTube.
Now, in the situation over here, right? YouTube's been very like binary about the fact that it was those specific tweets that caused Act Man to lose monetization, right? Like that's one of those realities. We can't just say it's calling out YouTube itself.
No. Don't you find it really strange that YouTube said
it's
that
not
they won't?
strange.
Well, it's very normal for.
How many times have you called out YouTube? How many times have you called out YouTube?
Do you know what I was going to say? No, because you cut me off. But don't you find it very strange that like YouTube never takes action on off-platform stuff? Never, ever. And this is the
they
first
took away
case of
Nelk's
it.
monetization for being at a party during COVID. Of course they do off-platform.
Yeah, and this is
shit. It's
a normal business thing to do. Like even like at a regular job, if you make a threat, even as a joke, they're gonna take action against you.
This is the first
I think
case
what
I remember
Keemstar
them doing
meant
that.
is that it's like more typical that you'll see this kind of stuff from Twitch. YouTube doesn't usually get into the mud on off-platform.
But I'm saying they did it with Nelk. I mean, that's like right off the top of my head.
Isn't one of the things? Oh no, that's deleted stuff.
I think what's happened over here is a poor brand image for YouTube because what's happened to the general public is a good creator, somebody that's not like a fucking J station, right? That's faking death or whatever, has been kicked off of the platform for obvious satirical tweets. Listen, if everyone can agree on this fact, whether it be Keemstar, Philly D, fucking H3H3, that these are satirical tweets, all right? If you can get the enemies on the internet to agree that these are just jokes, I find it baffling that YouTube cannot like reverse a decision. At the end of the day, human beings run this, right? Like
Muta, that's the difference. You said it right there. Muta, you said it right there. Human beings run this, right? And when you call it YouTube, you call it YouTube. When I call it YouTube, I call it YouTube. Or in some cases, we say Susan, right? She is the CEO, so she represents all of YouTube. But Ackman was the first one I see criticizing YouTube, talking about individual employees, people in charge of like the policy team, people in charge of this team.
I didn't actually talk about individuals. I had them up on screen. I had them self-identify because if I didn't, then for all the audience knew, it could have just been two guys I paid on Fiverr saying what I wanted them to say.
Right, but I think that's the difference. I think that's the difference.
But the thing is, those videos are publicly available because they have to be because people need to be informed about the fucking policies.
I'm not saying you did anything wrong.
Oh, I agree.
I'm saying that there has to be some reason why your video, out of all the videos criticizing YouTube, your video was the thing that they had to remove. Someone that was named in that video had to have it removed, in my opinion.
Again, even Taylor Lorenz agrees that he was joking.
I can't agree or deny what you just said, Keem, but there's a lot of theories going around.
Is it possible for me to completely agree that he should be able to call out YouTube employees and still be a little bit of critical about how he did it?
You could be critical about whatever you want. I just don't think it's rational to expect. I don't think it's rational to expect what happened to the Act Man to actually happen. Okay, because we just had like a couple months ago, some guy made a hashtag saying YouTube loves pedophiles. Pick a side, pedophile or children. And Susan Wojcicki's harboring pedophiles, and that guy's fine.
If he named an employee, he would have gotten canned.
Susan, we name Susan all the time.
Susan's the CEO. She's allowed. You can do that. YouTube's policy is
CEOs and public figures, presidents, they're okay.
But at this point,
I don't want to name specific people that Act Man called out, but he didn't call out like the random fucking, I don't know, guy at his desk. Okay, he called out some pretty high-ranking people at YouTube.
So you're saying that they got sensitive and had it pulled?
Twitch has banned people for naming people who were pretty high up in Twitch as well. So it makes sense that if you name people within YouTube, even if they're pretty
thing
high
I've
up,
ever heard her say. Smartest thing I've ever.
But
heard
I
her
didn't
say.
name them. That's the thing.
Well, if you show them, well, either way, it doesn't matter because it's not right just because he calls somebody out. But like, effectively, what we're saying now is that there might have been one person who had like a fucking meltdown over what he said, which was justifiable. You have every right to call them out. And then what? Because we're to an extent constructing a bit of a conspiracy, which it may not be false. One person, all it takes to say pull it down, and the company has to double down on the decision to make it seem like it's justifiable. And they're not going to say a fucking thing because then it would look terrible for them.
I feel like this is what I think.
Or
this is
like
my
that.
opinion. I think Act Man, the YouTube employees that you named, even the guy that was retired or no longer works at YouTube, I think your fans bombarded these people online somewhere. That's what I think is what happened.
No. You know why? Because those two people that were part of the video were a very, very small part of the video. And I didn't expect, and I don't think many people actually went after these people because I'm pretty sure I tried to look them up before just to see if they had a social media presence. Couldn't find anything. But if you think they out of what they got from that video was to go after the YouTube employees and not the guy who was the main fucking focus for 50 minutes, then I think that's crazy.
When I say go after, I don't mean like they're like saying slurs or some weird stuff, but like harassing them in the sense of get rid of Quantum TV, get rid of Quantum TV. Are you sure they had no social media presence?
I'm pretty sure. And you know, the thing is like
even if they have no social media presence, you gotta be careful because some people might have their business emails publicly facing.
Is it fair for me to go ahead and be like, I think in the perfect world, you should be able to name YouTube employees that you don't like that are doing their job, right? I think that in the perfect world, that should be the case. But I also got to look at it from the reality.
But it's not like he doesn't like them. It's
Nick,
like
let me finish it. I got to look at it from the reality of, dude, this isn't the perfect world. It's like the real world. And that is a little bit of a risky thing to go do.
Yeah.
Well, do you think that Quantum got harassed in some capacity? That like he bitched to YouTube over and over? Because he's very good at playing the victim. One of the things he's very
he's terrible at playing the victim.
Well, no, but he does it. But he does it confidently. That's when I say playing the victim. Like he's very good at being confident about being wrong. And then people who aren't super educated on the situation, which seems like YouTube, might be more empathetic towards what he's saying. Because like I wouldn't doubt that he's getting like a bunch of people saying that he's probably gay, because I know a lot of people make fun of him because he's afraid of gay people, and maybe possibly I know there's a lot of pro gamers that might be DMing him, calling him the N-word. So
that's a great point, Papa, but I can't get over the fact that during all this, when this thing's trending, I go to Quantum TV's channel and he's like, so this new Samsung TV, the volume doesn't seem right with he's like the center of the conversation. Like in the entire world, it's trending on YouTube, and he's uploading videos whether or not the Samsung TV has good picture quality. That shit was hilarious.
Hey, just because he's in the middle of drama doesn't mean he's gonna stop telling us about how fucking crispy those TVs are. That's a goddamn international fucking.
Act Man, did you see got a duty to fulfill, man.
What's that?
Did you see Quantum's video today?
I watched like 30 seconds of it.
That
I
guy
jumped
is
around.
such a shitter. If he played any role in taking down Act Man's video, he would be bragging about it. He is such a fucking loser.
Well,
does
like,
not
I don't
so
th-
in
I
my
don't think he
video,
would be.
like when I covered
Yeah.
this, right, like regarding the ban evasion and like the Wayback Machine, I was like, listen, since those URLs, right, like you have one, because that account that got called out for ban evading was made in 2013. So let's say it was banned. And he appealed it, and it appealed successfully. Wouldn't he be fucking gloating about that shit in videos? Like, hey, Act Man called me out for ban evading, but clearly my appeal went through, so I'm not a fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
So you owe me an apology. He hasn't come out and done that, so it's like, I mean, on a personal level, I think he just got banned, and that kind of proves it, right? Like, he would have just straight up been gloating about it for the last 72 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
It's possible. I mean, he might just be keeping it quiet because maybe YouTube reached out to him too, or he probably reached out to YouTube and they told him to stop talking about some things. I imagine they said something like that to you too, Act Man.
You know, possible. The thing is I only started talking to somebody that works at YouTube on like June 2nd, like June.
Oh, that's interesting.
Or like a few days before. Wait. June 2nd, something like that. Basically, like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, is the first time I actually. Hold on. Let me go through.
Yeah,
my text.
We need like 15 screenshots here.
This is good context because I'm thinking after the first video, you're talking to YouTube and saying, "Look, this is all he's doing," and then YouTube's not doing anything.
And I haven't. The only person I've talked to at YouTube. Okay, so May 31st is when I first got in contact with a partner manager. Yeah. And then I posted the video a couple days later, and June 2nd, and then I think it was June 5th. I posted like June 2nd, June 3rd, 4th, 5th. I posted the satirical tweets, and then the one about doxing adventures. They asked me to take it down through the partner manager, and so I did. The tweet was only up for about 5 hours, and so I thought that would be the end of it, but. So the tweet was up for 5 hours before I deleted it because they asked me to, and then they demonetized the channel anyways.
Well, it sounds like somebody lower asked you to pull it down to try to save you, and then somebody up at the top like found it possibly, and then they.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That sucks.
Yeah. Well, I get to talk to Keemstar and Ethan and fucking.
Did you get to talk to Ethan?
I mean. Well, he wanted me to come on.
That's way better than talking to Keemstar.
The podcast on Wednesday.
Wow, really defending
I literally hope you
Mama
die
gets
of
getting the role.
Wait, you can't say that. We're on Twitch, Keith.
Wait, I mean.
Hold on.
Wait, what did Keemstar say? Oh, did he tell me?
Posting in the middle of my chat. Yeah.
Keemstar, I am a quirky neurodivergent minor, so you better not suggest anything to me because I don't have the mental fortitude to put up with it. Okay.
I'm just surprised this whole situation is blown.
Can y'all do the podcast? I really want to see this podcast.
Wait, Muda, what did you think of? What did you think of your role in the video? Did you like it?
Dude, I fucking loved that video, and it pisses me off that it gets taken down. I'm just fucking flabbergasted the situation has gotten to the point that it has, you know? Like, it shouldn't have played out this way. It shouldn't have fucking cost you your monetization. And it pisses me off the 2 tweets, now deleted. By the way, they were very fucking keen on investigating your deleted tweet.
You're right.
But not the litany of deleted tweets we pulled up from the other guy. And that's what cost it all, right? Like, it's almost like YouTube is ignoring the actual problems that creators keep raising. You know, because this isn't the first time a fucking, DMCA strike has ever happened and false pretenses or whatever, right? But, like, the whole concept is it's like, we're raising this awareness now. They picked these 2 tweets, and now the whole, like, conversation shifted to that. Nobody's even willing, like, at the company level to acknowledge that there's an actual bad actor on the platform. Maybe we should look at that.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know if you guys saw
his video is
Boogie
down.
posted a video, and then within about 20-30 minutes, Quantum TV was in the comment section of Boogie's video. It's like this guy is fucking everywhere.
Like,
he's a menace. He's a super villain. He's everywhere his name is mentioned.
I think that you just don't like him because he's black.
He's just got Google alerts on, dude.
Yeah, for his name.
It seemed well, it's very close to Juneteenth, and maybe give him a little bit
True.
of give him a break, bro. It's Juneteenth. Why are you always trying to bring down a young, successful black content creator?
Oh my god,
disappointing.
It's really
Jesus, that
fucked
was
up.
the whitest way I've ever heard anyone say that.
What's that, me?
Yeah.
I don't see his tweet though. He might, or his message on Boogie's thing. He must have removed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in there instantly. I saw.
I don't. No, I got a screen cap of it.
Oh well, YouTube. We can't take those as proof according to YouTube.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I don't like the manipulation.
Even if Boogie confirms it. Yeah, sorry.
I don't like the manipulation at play here. So you're told to delete your tweets, right?
I comply.
I really thought you were going to say something about him going on H3's podcast. I actually thought you were going to derail.
Thanks for derailing. You're the one that derailed.
Who's that? I think I'm the one to derail.
Go ahead, Keem. Go ahead. He's bringing up a point here.
You pull down the tweets, right? So now the tweets don't have their context anymore, right? Then they take down your video, and your video gives the context of why these tweets are a joke, right? So now there's no defense online anymore, and then they say, well, you threatened to dox YouTube employees. I mean, that is pure manipulation. Like, if you're gonna remove him from the partnership program for these tweets, then leave the video up, because the video explains the joke. The video is the context for the tweet jokes. It's so fucking, it's so wrong what's happening here. This infighting that we're having, like,
I was gonna say,
Papa got the tweets that you made at Act Man.
Wait.
Really,
don't infight the tweets that you took out of context. I was just saying to try to keep yourself protected. I just talked before you guys came in. I talked about how, like, I used to be big on TikTok. I was like 2.5 million, and what happened is I had an alt account. Well, yeah, but they didn't come. They weren't in here. So let me just explain the context so people don't think that And so I had a smaller sub account with like 600,000 at the time. If you guys know who Zoe Laverne is, I showed the video of her kissing the kid as like, what the fuck is this? Why didn't you ban her? They banned me, and my alt account. My response was to tell my community manager they're like pedophile defenders, and I went on like a roll on them. And then when I got banned, they didn't even. Not a single person reached out to me, and then not a single person would like get back to me. And so from my perspective, it's like, you got fucked, but don't make it worse and try to fight like the long game. That was what I was trying to communicate. I wasn't trying to contribute to infighting.
We got it. I understand it all, but I'm saying is like, there's all this like, why can't we be the community that it was like in 2016, 17, 18? Why can't we be one voice anymore? We're not, bro. I want, because
that community doesn't fucking exist. Everyone is so fucking ready to like jump for themselves. You gotta understand. Everyone here is just for self-preservation.
We're here right now. We're here right now.
This is unhinged.
We are the community.
I think everyone's come together and kind of agreed that like this is really
this
dumb.
This guy's got a massive movement. Nobody's even defending Quantum.
Well, Jay Station, don't forget about him.
The story isn't about Quantum.
You gotta tell Colossal.
Right.
Go ahead, Keem. Go ahead.
The story is not about Quantum anymore. It's about what YouTube did to Act Man. That is the story. Quantum is irrelevant to this situation. It's a little cliff note in what took place. The reason why this is trending worldwide is because a guy criticized YouTube, and YouTube fucking deleted him, deplatformed him, shut down his criticism, and then used false pretext of fucking joke to fucking ban him. That's what's really going on here. And dude, the fact that you guys aren't losing your mind over this shit, it's bad enough I've been a YouTuber for 15 years, and motherfuckers that liked my content would subscribe to my content and watch my content. And then YouTube decided that they're going to do recommendation, all this other shit, and they're going to push people, and they're going to have this algorithm, whatever, and they have taken the power of what content gets actually viewed on the platform. You guys don't even fucking realize it anymore. The only reason why I'm surviving is because motherfuckers search drama alert and shit. But dude, YouTube is in full control on what is being watched, not the viewers anymore. And now they're fucking controlling this shit, criticism. Like, it's insane. Dude, the fact that every single reporter that I know of online agreed with Act Man is just an absolute miracle, including Jake Lucky, including fucking Taylor Lorenz. And when we have infighting about this little stuff, we all have to be on the same page of what this is about. This is not about Quantum TV and fucking Act Man anymore. It's about YouTube and Act Man. This shit is fucked.
Yeah, Quantum TV was like the final boss, and then you think you defeat him, and then the real final boss drops down, and you're like, oh fuck, I was not prepared for this.
Yeah, I guess what I think a lot of people are
one
just
expected
saying
the
is like,
story to go the way that it did.
You know, like Leafy got banned, and then you had Monkey Jones and all that shit, right? Where it's like we don't even really know why they were banned. You know, they just kind of were. I guess like this is one of those things where I do think, you know, you were playing a little fast and loose for a minute.
No, he said you're not enforcing policy. You're not doing.
Well, I
your
think
job.
he's referring to the
Like,
doxing tweets,
even
the
if
joking
it's fast
doxing
and
tweets.
loose, like I don't think Act Man's gonna disagree with that.
You know,
well, the question is where do we move? Where do you move from
here? Be
here?
able to lose your money based on just a thing. Like I wish the strike policy was actually like, and it hasn't been like this in years. I wish the strike policy was actually the strike policy. I wish you had 3 things, because how is Act Man supposed to know he can't do that if they don't tell him he can?
Well,
you know,
that's also the thing.
You can't do that.
If let's say in an alternate reality, someone at YouTube genuinely believed that those tweets were a legitimate threat, why not take 5 minutes to just be like, "Hey, are you serious?" And I would be like, "No."
Or
get a sense of humor next time.
The whole point of the strike is you can learn from it. Then there's no learning from this strike. He's already dead. He already took all of his money.
I mean, you get the 3 strikes for what YouTube wants, but then when something serious, like in their opinion, it's like, well, they even write it, right? Like they're like, hey, we give you 3 strikes, but if you do something really fucked up, then it all goes away, which I think is bullshit.
Nelk went to a party and posted on their Snapchat, and they lose monetization for it. It's like what? It's like how are they supposed to know you can't do that? That's so like what? You know?
Well, I mean, what's crazy about this is like in the videos that I've watched, the people that cover it, I see like the fear in people's eyes as they discuss it. Like they're like, I don't know if I'm gonna get hit. Hey, ha ha ha! YouTube, don't strike me, don't demonetize me.
I said that. I said that.
I don't feel any
like
fear.
Well, but on that note, I'll say from my personal experience, when I covered anything related to this, that was the first time in a long time that YouTube's ever manually reviewed the video that I've ever made, because normally they just operate on my thing, like my input, and they were like, no, you're good to go. So when it was like that, I was like, maybe it's I've never seen it on my channel, but I have seen the
What's on the keychain? It's a little Winnie the Pooh.
I don't know.
My wife made it
personally, but
so what I will say is that the people who are in charge of safety on the platform, holy shit, they're making everyone feel more unsafe than ever before. I mean, Jesus Christ, like, this is a platform-wide thing. That's crazy.
The question here is, where do we go? Where do you want to go from here, though? That's the questions.
Well, obviously,
where I want to go is Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go.
Go ahead. I just want to talk like so bad because I have so much.
I know you do.
Say.
I can hear the flames in your voice.
I really hope Susan, the CEO, see my video. I'm praying she's seen it because, like, dude, like if they're worried about YouTubers' safety or YouTube employees' safety, again, Ethan.
My opinion changed. Not really. I mean, like I was always said it was bullshit. It was more about the tweets
there was YouTube employees in there.
No, that's what Ethan meant.
Wait. What did we? Wait, how did we get back to Ethan here?
But if you care,
he's bringing the NRA bomb thing again, and how he was there.
If you care about YouTube, YouTube employees' safety, do you care about YouTubers' safety? Do you care about us, the creators? That's the question every single one of us should be asking. How many times are we getting death threats? How many times are we getting wild shit said to us, even by other creators, and no actions being taken? Like,
well, okay, if you were to upload a video that says I'm gonna fucking like nuke Mutahar and I'm gonna fucking go to his house and put a fucking entire mag into his torso, I think they would give you a strike for that.
Ethan
probably
mag into his torso.
Ethan got away.
Unless it was a joke.
Rape Keemstar. He got away with it.
That's such a bizarre way to put it.
Fucking
okay. Oh my god.
Very strange.
I'm gonna put a mag in his torso.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, shit.
Well, it would be all sarcastic for sure, though.
They're like, we're just joking.
At the end of the day, this sets a precedent that you can't criticize YouTube.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
No, it
The
doesn't. It
platform.
sets a
Well, I feel like
precedent
other
that you
people
can't
is
own
still.
employees and you can't joke about doxing them.
Okay, but
It
why
just-
do
Well,
we know
outside of
using us on
the-
YouTube
take
if
the
we can't
jump where
I
reference
we
feel
just
like-
can't criticize YouTube.
I think-
Willie, they were looking for a
Wait.
reason
Well,
to ban him and remove the criticism.
Well, here's-
they were
And they
looking for a
just
reason.
and they just found the two worst reasons they could possibly come up with because there wasn't any good reasons.
So if you re-upload that video and you don't do those things, will it stay up?
No.
Why
Why?
not?
find another reason.
Yeah, because
Oh, they'll find another reason. Well, let's hear it though. I'm just saying, you guys are saying it's for all this shit. Just take it out then if it's just those things.
Willie, we're trying to all be on the same team here. Okay.
Well, here's the thing
No,
about
I
that,
get it,
Willie.
I
Though,
get
if he
it. I just
uploads,
don't
if he
wanna- I
uploads
don't
the
wanna
video,
think where we're just so mad, so everyone's just gonna start saying random shit.
I feel like
it's weird.
so. This is the thing with YouTube, right? Like when you get a policy strike or something for nudity, sexuality, or something, it's like we think that it's the pickle in the mouth, but they haven't told us anything, right? The problem is you take that out, you re-upload it. What if they strike you for some other
Exactly, because they
nudity or
use sex
sexuality?
Maybe
all the
it's
time.
because you call him a
It's
pussy. That's why.
blanket. They use that flag, sex and nudity, is a blanket flag. Like they will use that if it has nothing to do with it,
Yeah.
and that'll just be what the flag says.
Well,
I've gotten strikes where I've gone ahead and complained.
Ethan
about it
Klein
being
fucked
that,
a
and that's what it
Keemstar
says.
doll
Oh my
and
God.
got age gated.
Hold on. Before we go back to Ethan, before we go back to
He didn't
Ethan,
even get a strike. He didn't even get a strike. So
before we go back to
Should've gotten a
Ethan,
strike for that.
well,
he didn't even get a strike.
Well, let's
He
all
fucked
just
a
team up and
Keemstar
cancel
doll.
You guys
Ethan
originally
Klein.
asked
all
me
this
what
stuff.
was
Wait,
where
I
do
gotta-
we go from here.
before we go against Ethan, all I was gonna say is that like what.
All right, Papa Gut, then.
All right, thank you for being a better moderator than the last moderator I had in the last conversation I had. It was fucking.
Wow, what the fuck?
It was a.
All right, let's go with what you.
All right, sorry.
Where do
Well,
we
I was
go
gonna
from
say.
here?
Well, what I was gonna say was that it seems like you got completely fucked on your on your video getting flagged, and then afterwards they got lucky with like your response. They have an excuse now to kind of demonetize you and silence you. And a lot of times people are focusing on like that second part seems justifiable, even though it was a joke, because generally speaking, any company is going to go after that. And now we're kind of bickering back and forth about the joke, and we're getting focused on that. I think ultimately, excluding the demonetization part, we should just focus on like what the original part, rather than kind of getting divided on the aftermath, and just kind of refocus and try to move forward in whatever way people feel is correct or appropriate.
Fair, I'd say. And then you also wanted to know what I thought about like what should we do moving forward, or what my goals are moving forward.
Well, in any context, I know Keemstar's talking about, he's given us a really good MLK speech, and I want to know like what's the how is it, if we're going to galvanize, if that's the argument, like what is the step forward exactly?
Why would you say Keemstar doing an MLA? Like, come on.
What do you mean
yeah,
MLA?
It's fucking.
I said MLK.
APA, MLA, Chicago.
I was saying that you gave us. I was saying you gave us a good speech, Keemstar. I was comparing you to the greatest. I was comparing you to the.
I have a dream.
Yeah, I was comparing you to the most the greatest American of all time. Unironically,
I had a Keem.
I had a Keem. Yeah, that's what the speech you gave us.
Martin Luther King.
Well, I would say, of course, I want like my channel to go back to the way it was. I want the video to go back up. I feel like it was a wrongful demonetization, so I don't know if financial compensation is a possibility. That would just be nice. A public apology for fucking up, I would take that really well, and I would respond to that really well. Quantum should also be terminated because he's an asshat who will continue to fuck people over and be a piece of shit on the platform as long as he's allowed. The greater issue, I think, is actual policy reform, because nobody fucking knows what copyright abuse is on the platform. Nobody knows what constitutes that. It says on the form, you fill this form out to the best of your knowledge accurately under penalty of perjury. Your channel may be terminated if you do not submit claims properly, or if you submit them knowing they're false. But Quantum has submitted multiple claims where he doesn't even fill out the fucking info that's required. How is that not copyright abuse? What is copyright abuse on the platform? What can you actually get
I think you need
penalized for? Yeah.
Are you are you planning on suing him as a thing?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, look, I'm considering all avenues of approach. I'm considering all possibilities. I'm not, playing my hand just yet. It depends on how YouTube wants to handle this, and if they decide to continue doing the wrong thing, then we'll see. But
I hope the irony is not lost. I mean, this whole thing starts with one guy being salty, trying to take down criticism, to the entire platform of YouTube salty, trying to take down criticism.
exactly.
Like
we should all be able.
What happened?
We should all be able to hate each other and coexist. That's the whole point of YouTube.
I think
It's like,
we should call Quantum TV's mom.
yeah.
See,
no,
right there. Don't.
I'm
start.
kidding. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. No.
Joking. Twitch.
Wait. All right, listen.
We all
If
know you're
anybody,
joking, but too bad you're demonetized.
if anybody puts that on YouTube, that's the end of my channel.
You know what's really annoying about Quantum?
That's
It's
it.
that easy.
I fucked up.
You know what? Ethan walked it back faster than you.
Oh my god.
I walked it back faster than Ethan. What are you talking about?
No,
you guys should just box or something. Like, get it out of your system.
3 cents. Oh, I'll box him. I'll box him all day, every day.
Well, you think you'd beat Ethan? You just want to box Ethan because he's on some kind of like testosterone blocker, and you know you'd win.
Dude, you're insane. Of course I would beat him. Also, my girl would like to box his wife, so set that up.
Dude, his wife was in the Israeli army, dude. Yeah, I don't
He
know.
might actually fuck you up, man. Keemstar, come
I'm
on.
gonna bring
What does
Eli
that
into
mean?
this.
Every single person
She's
have
awesome.
have a history lesson. Everybody in Israel has to join the army. That means nothing.
All right, Keem.
And-
Yeah, but it doesn't mean they don't train.
So Quantum TV. Anything but that conversation.
Look, you know what's annoying about Quantum TV is that he has all these messages after people make videos on him where he's like, you know what? I would have been okay if you made a video as long as you reached out to me first. I've been trying to reach out to this motherfucker for like 5 days. Doesn't respond. I have to join his Discord where I have to put my first, last name, and phone number to get. I'm not giving that.
Bro, just use a voice over IP number. That motherfucker's wild.
Dude, this is how he's doxing people. He's getting their phone number on entry.
I can't talk to this fucking guy in any way, and like he keeps claiming.
I feel like YouTube should restrict that. I feel like that's strike worthy right there. Like, how is it that you're operating an off-platform server and you're requesting the personal information, harvesting user data? Like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Right now, and I'm in. Ban Nicholas Deorio because on his Discord they made me authenticate too.
I feel like running a Discord where you get to harvest your users' like data, even for security reasons, is a little sketchy. Like,
I'm gonna use.
No,
look, at the end of the guys, stop. At the end of the day,
Will,
Quantum
is that true?
TV.
Dude, yeah. So I've been invited to his Discord. I go to join, and then I have to add all this authentication. I'm like, well, dude, you called this motherfucker's mom. I'm not gonna join your Discord.
I literally infiltrated that by using
crazy.
completely fake identification.
Yeah, no, I can send this information to someone.
Fucking send it. I don't know to who.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Just send it to
Yeah, but
someone.
the reason why he has those checks and balances is because he's being harassed by like everyone because of his own actions. But that's why, you have to have some leniency.
I just can't.
Yeah,
I just
collecting
don't
your
have a way
users'
to-
phone numbers, it's a little excessive no matter what.
You can't see. Thank you, Agna. That's great. He can't go there and claim though that like nobody's willing to talk to him when I've been actively trying to do it for like 4 or 5 days now.
If
And
I'm
he's
being
just such a little
extremely
shit.
charitable, I don't believe if you use the Discord thing to require a user to have a phone number on their account, I don't know if Quantum actually sees that phone number. I think that's just like
Oh, I know
Discord.
what you're talking about. Like verifying
I
your
don't know,
Discord.
dude.
All right,
I'm
wait.
too
So do you have
scared
to
to
have
fucking
your
do it.
verify your
If it's
Discord outside of them?
verification, that's
Discord.
different.
Yeah.
Yo.
So it like takes you to a website to type in all your shit, and I'm just like too afraid.
We'll try to verify through Discord first, and then try to join it and see if it works then.
What does verify through Discord?
I don't know. I know I am.
I think it's just do two-factor authentication through Discord.
Yeah,
basically.
No, I already got that on Discord.
Yeah, so if it's a separate third-party website,
It's
then
separate. It's a
he's
separate like bot they have in there.
he's harvesting the fucking that alone.
Well,
in my opinion,
I
should
don't
be
know.
fucking
I don't want to
strike-worthy.
say what it is, but I just go in there and it asks me all that, and I'm like, this is the only server. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that on his server.
Well, yeah, but you also don't have to anyway because.
Well, they don't let you in the server then.
Just use
Well,
a
I
fake
mean,
number.
you don't have to reach out to him. Fuck him.
Well, I know, but if I'm fucking actually like looking through all this shit, and if I can get him in an interview where he lies,
He's not going to talk
awesome.
to anybody if it's not on his terms. He won't talk to anybody if it's not on his terms.
Right,
and
and
he
the
doesn't
whole
want to
time
talk to
he
anybody.
fucking complains that people won't talk to him. It's like, dude, he only wants to talk to you if I'm out there agreeing 100% with anything he did.
Yeah.
So he's just whack.
Then you know what? You should just be like, yo, I'm on a quantum side, and then just fucking get on his call and like just.
Willie, you gotta torch your public reputation to get this call.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
Go undercover. Yeah.
Be the first undercover like fucking investigator on YouTube, and then we'll all.
Well, I
like,
got some brave moles in his Discord that have been doing God's work, just getting some sketch shit.
Oh, now you exposed them though. What are you doing?
Oh no, dude, I've got moles too.
You got moles too? It's great.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You guys are making it sound like it's the fucking CIA.
Like you got some 13-year-olds in his Discord. Hey, but now he goes, "Oh, you've been harassing."
Everyone's got bugs everywhere.
Okay, so you know how crypto's tanking?
No.
Celsius,
What the
which
fuck,
is
wow, we're going way up.
No, listen. They stopped withdrawals and transfers.
Yeah,
bro, the whole
they
crypto Marco's fucking dying right now.
This is why I don't fucking.
No,
buy
it's not
crypto.
Charlie
It's why
talking.
it's
It's
fucking
Muda,
nice
Act Man, Keemstar.
Keemstar. He got me in a
Nick
call and
Deorio,
said,
WillyMac.
Nick, buy this goat. It's gonna double your investment in a year. If it doesn't, I'll pay for it. So I'm just reminding you, Keemstar. We're about 6 months in, and I expect to be getting my full reimbursement.
This is why I say buy fucking land, boys. It's way better than a fucking NFT or crypto.
Buy
Oh,
digital
shit.
land, boys. Buy digital
Don't
land.
buy digital land. That is no.
Digital land? What is that?
Digital land.
Metaverse, right?
Dude, do you want to see my virtual worlds? I have so
No,
many.
not at all.
Virtual world. Can
No.
I buy like a Halo map and just live there
Buy
visually?
Minecraft servers. Buy Minecraft servers.
No.
No, don't buy anything. But honestly, like,
Yeah,
in a
don't buy
month-
anything.
Don't buy
ever.
anything.
in a month, you're gonna want to start scooping up stuff because shit is crashing, and you always buy when there's blood in the streets. You always.
That's why I'm
when
buying
there's
more
blood in the
land
streets.
because the market's crashing.
There you go.
Not
Did you-
land, like
you're
physical
buying
land.
more
That
digital
ain't
land?
crashing.
How's that working out?
That's very base capitalist.
Who are you
What? What's,
talking to?
wait, who's against capitalism in this? Who the fuck is against this shit? Just shut the
Yeah,
fuck
who-
up. If anybody's
Whoa! What the fuck, dude?
If anybody's
Listen,
against
I'm a
capitalism,
communist.
Whoa,
I'm a hardline.
This
Hey,
is
are
where
you
I disagree.
actually?
All right, like this is where I gotta disagree. Like a hard disagree. I'm sorry if you're in the system and you're gonna come at me with that fucking communism bullshit. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey,
so
let me tell you something.
Aren't you
That
friends with
communism
Hassan?
bullshit.
The only
I'm friends with him, but that doesn't mean I have to agree with him politically.
The
You can be friends
only-
with somebody and completely disagree.
the only reason that
disagree with
communism
that.
the only reason communism hasn't worked is because it's never really been tried, okay?
Yeah, it's been tried and it's fucking failed.
That's not
That's
true.
not real capitalism, bro.
Muda, right now,
they did
if
it.
we go into this together,
I like
and
too
we
much
try.
for communism.
Thanks for the sub, brother.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? Oh, I'm a capitalist,
Muda,
sorry.
I'll give you half of my stuff. You give me half of your stuff.
See, it's
What
What are you guys getting
is it-
divorced?
Perfect world. Perfect world.
Yeah.
You know what the biggest problem?
I'll give you
The
my
biggest
dildo
problem with
collection, and you
capitalism-
can give me all your video games.
Wow.
Yeah, give
The
me half
biggest
the
problem
posters on your
with
wall. I'll give you
the biggest
one of
problem
mine.
with capitalism. The biggest problem with capitalism is that it makes us all race to try to get as many coins as we can, and no one actually gets a chance to live.
Nah, bro. I think
What are
That's
you
very-
talking about? I
We'll
have the best life ever, and I'm collecting coins. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
Yeah, but you're the bourgeoisie, dude.
Wait,
I
Act
work
Man
like
and
I
Keemstar.
work nonstop. I don't get a chance to live.
Yeah, but
I mean, I
working is
try.
the fucking.
Well,
best
you're
part.
you're
What's wrong
with
you?
you're with friends right now,
Getting that
Keem.
high score, bro.
Aren't you with friends right now, Keem? Or you're with friends right now, right?
Yeah, aren't you having
No,
fun?
I'm
Wow.
working.
That's fucked up.
Keem, do a little bit of socialism, all right? You and Act Man pull up your income for this month on YouTube and then split it.
No.
Well, I can't look at my income actually.
Wait, so are they not
No,
even going
what's
to pay
your
you out
page
from what
look
you
like?
made already?
What's
Are
your,
you?
creator studio look like?
The whole analytics for revenue is just completely gone.
That's fucked up.
Can you show me? Let me see this shit.
Jesus.
Dude, why are you laughing? It's fucked up.
Why are you laughing at
That's
this
horrible,
guy?
bro.
What the fuck?
Well,
fucking crazy.
there is. It's there on the overview. Oh yeah, but
Did
when
you guys-
once you go to June 9th, it goes to like 60 cents and then 17
Jesus.
cents.
Fuck.
Did
That's
you guys
insane.
forget that happened to me for 2
Pac-Man, you should do the third party music trick. Do you know what
What's
that is?
that?
Oh,
Basically,
yeah.
you can start a label and make a soundtrack, put it in all your videos, and just claim that in the third party system.
Yep.
And then you just make money.
David Dobrik was doing that, I think, for a while.
What the fuck? That sounds
That's
like
ridiculous.
it's against policy on YouTube, and they're very quick to punish.
Sounds like that's a policy exploit.
Uh-oh. Well, there's your new video. If you drop that video exposing Mutahar, boom, you're back in YouTube's good graces.
I mean, I've never done it. Like, you'd have to prove I did it. I never did it on my channel. I'm just saying that's an exploit.
It's also good because if you do that and then you get your video claimed by some stupid company for like 3 seconds of footage, you can counterclaim your part of it and get half the revenue that way.
I used to actually do it back in the gaming YouTube, not like, make a soundtrack, but like if like Konami was fucking me by third party striking, I just put Rockstar Games footage. So I'm like, all right, now both of you fucking fight over the fucking 5 cents that are made on this video, you piece of shit.
No, this is how you do it. You set up 4 YouTube channels. Hypothetically speaking, I've never done this. You set up 4 YouTube channels, right? You get ads on all of them. And then if you get a strike, then you send all 4 of those channels to strike it. And that person's left with like only like 20% of the revenue. You get the 80%.
So, do you have like a Patreon set up, or how do you plan on doing stuff moving forward?
I mean, I have Twitch. The second channel hasn't been demonetized, but I'm still wary about uploading there. I have a Patreon. I never shouted out or anything, but people found it, and I appreciate all that. So I'm also good at saving money. I live a relatively humble life.
No, but I get you. But still, like, just because you save money, not having income anymore is a huge
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna have to stop buying. I'm gonna have to stop using half my paycheck to buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which will be sad.
Doing your ass right now, bro. Winner has to delete their tweets.
I've fucking been there, dude.
Loser
deleting
deletes their
YouTube
tweets.
money and then just buy a bunch of fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
I buy
dude, it's the
Squishmallows,
childhood dream, dude. It's the childhood dream.
Dude, baby dragon, let's fucking send it, kid. Time
Dude, when you
Wizard,
get your
fucking
YouTube check, you're supposed to invest at least half of it every
Yeah, and
check.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon cards.
Yeah. Come on,
those will appreciate
Keemstar,
value.
I pulled a Ghost Rare Blue Eyes White Dragon. Okay.
Oh, you got the blue eyes? I pulled the
Ghost
Cyber
Rare.
Dragon.
The Ghost Rare.
Look,
Team, do you even know what that is?
All these people are talking shit about fucking
lands.
all these people are talking shit about virtual lands and NFTs, but they're doing the same thing with cardboard. Fuck off.
Hey, I'm not buying cardboard. I can shit on NFTs without any moral problem because I'm not buying any of that dumb shit.
I'm kidding. I don't spend half my paychecks on
Luna,
fucking Yu-Gi-Oh
all of us
cards.
are fucking man babies, all right? You got to invest in one stupid
Hold on one
thing
second. I
slowly,
linked
bro.
Act Man's Patreon in the thing. If you're thinking of donating, just
Oh.
shoot him over there.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
That's, you didn't have to do that.
How many people do you have on your Patreon right now?
Holy shit. 655.
Okay, you're doing okay then.
good to
You're
hear.
all right.
Yeah, no, I'll be all right. Like I said, I've got money saved up. The thing that was kind of shitty was I had to make a decision on to extend the lease of the place that I'm renting on June 10th, and my channel got demonetized on June 8th, 9th, and I'm like, because I wanted to buy a place, and I'm like, well, fuck, I got to continue staying at this place now because I don't know when or if I'll get income back on the channel.
Come over here.
Dude, just so many unlucky things that happened.
Yeah, it's been a really weird couple of weeks, I guess.
And then I got COVID. Like, God, leave me alone.
Wait,
you have COVID now?
God's even
Yeah, I got COVID.
Maybe YouTube
I'm
gave it to
hoping
you
not to get it.
to silence you.
Quantum TV's using
Quantum
biological
Keem,
warfare.
are you coming to VidCon?
No. I
Fly
never go
the
to
fuck
VidCon.
down! I booked
He
a
never
mansion.
goes.
Get the fuck down here. Nobody's
you
gonna
did?
record you. Yeah.
Do I have my own
Wait,
room?
Muda, can I join you?
When?
I mean, you guys can fucking come down. Like, I
when is
gotta
it? When is it? When is it?
fucking VidCon
It's next
weekend.
week. Wait.
Okay, I don't have COVID boy over there. No. Ackman, I want 3 tests before you show up. I'll go.
COVID boy.
Okay.
The COVID man.
Hey, Willie, you're not planning on going, are you? Because you're gonna have to cover for me.
No, I don't plan on going.
Oh, sweet. All right, I got coverage. I can go.
Yeah.
Willie actually just canceled his flight.
Yeah,
Well, hopefully I don't fucking catch COVID. God, man, I fucking spent an arm and a leg on this place. So.
I had it last month. I went and I got those. I went to to the hospital, did the antibodies treatment or whatever, and then I felt better the next day.
I just have my own room, right?
I'm gonna have to see because we've got like 2 other guys over there, so I'm gonna see how it goes. I mean, I'm keeping the master to myself.
Yeah, Keem's on the couch.
Well, I mean, I'm not coming unless I have a fucking room. I'm just saying.
Wait, you're not gonna sleep in the same bed as Mutahar?
Yeah,
No,
you guys
I got
could
my-
snuggle.
Yeah, why
Okay,
not?
You
my
can,
girl.
you
We
can
got- we
choose
got
the top
Olympics,
bunk or the
so-
bottom bunk, Keem. Which one?
Hell yeah.
No, I'm good.
Just get a hotel.
I probably won't.
You know what?
The hotel is a
Damn.
pretty
Didn't
base
J
setup.
Station get away with monetization on a second channel when his main ones?
Dude, that guy's hustling the whole thing, bro. Anyone who thinks J Station is gone and banned off of YouTube, it's the biggest joke ever. That dude is making money hand over fist. He's got all different types of hidden channels. He's probably flagging content left and right.
No, that's not what I meant though. I'm saying like, so you.
Sorry, I'm back.
Maybe
it cut
maybe
off
they'll
on like
just
when.
like forget about your second one in like a month. You can go YOLO on
Dude,
there.
where's Clown? He's supposed to have the next J Station video out.
Oh, dude, that'll never come out. It'll be another year, dude.
Dude,
Come on, guys,
Clown
they
told me it
they
was
had the
almost done.
first-
I got to be
they
the
had
awkward
a
advice
first
myself.
part,
Yeah, I don't
when he
think
says
so.
almost done, it's
I'll be retiring from Drama Alert by the time Klein gets that out.
that's like
dude. I'll be 40.
Rockstar Games saying we're almost done with GTA 6, guys. It'll be another 10 years.
Another console port for the next gen.
I'm sure GTA 6 will launch before the J Station Part 2. I'm comfortable on that one.
I'm sure we're just bullshitting here, but we should
Yeah, it
really
is
get
Drew's
back
life.
to the topic. Like, what do we do?
Okay,
Like,
so what do we do about Ethan Klein?
Yeah, for real.
No.
So
I
murder
mean,
plot
You derailed it
works.
again, Nick. You derailed it again. But I'm
I
serious.
think we need to honestly like have a conversation, all of us, with like the actual execs over at YouTube. And I know that's probably I know people have talked to YouTube executives before, but it's like I think we as a community need to just come together and like actually convince YouTube that this wasn't a serious, credible threat.
Well,
get on the same page.
Didn't Charlie meet with Susan?
Yes,
I believe so. Yeah.
and with like the guy who makes policies. So that's
wasn't he defending Ackman?
Yes.
Well, how long
So
ago was that?
Isn't Charlie the guy? He's our guy. Then we got to send him to go talk to them.
Well, I mean, you might need to give it a little time for them to do some kind of.
He did play the judge. He was the
internal-
judge in the video.
Yeah, he was the judge.
Well,
that was a great part.
That's the guy we need. We all need to put pressure on Charlie. Like, you're the guy.
Well, didn't he? He already did.
I
He already
did,
did
yeah.
that. Yeah, you might want to wait and see. It might take a little bit of time to see what YouTube does because it feels like they probably want to save face because they fucked up, regardless. So they're probably.
I think I'll be getting an update tomorrow at some point.
There's several of you guys that got contacts, surely, right? Like, does Muta and Keem not have contacts? They could.
No, I've got the contact, but it's like
I've got contacts, but
And
I
how,
mean,
how is Charlie able to set stuff up, but you guys can't?
Oh God,
I mean,
jeez.
That's not meant to be. Oh my God, I'm getting the verge of offending everybody.
Yo, why are you guys so
all suck my
incompetent?
dick.
Yeah, for real.
Why are you so fucking incompetent? Why can't you get?
I'll say this much about like YouTube's
job.
back end. We all make friends in different sectors, like fucking and from my experience with YouTube, sometimes people who are working in certain divisions have no fucking clue about like I remember a while back when I had this like little diploma thing on my YouTube analytics, right? I reached out to like a back end YouTube guy, and then they reached out to engineering. Even they were like, we're a little lost for words on what happened. So I feel like YouTube is such a big fucking thing that sometimes the people who are running it have no fucking
I'll
clue what's
say it.
going on.
I was keeping like I don't know what I can say and what I can't say. Here's the thing: when you have conversations with YouTube, you're not supposed to make any of those conversations public. You just don't, because then they will not like you. But I have actively been talking to YouTube employees behind the scenes, defending Act Man and criticizing these
appreciate that.
decisions in private. So I have, but like I'm not talking to Susan. I can tell you that much.
There's
By the way,
only so much you
if
can
any
do.
YouTube employees were watching, what he meant to say was, "I have no knowledge of any of this."
Well, you
This
know
is
what?
so
You know what I
bizarre.
think would help a lot is if you went on like H3's podcast and you had a conversation with him, because
Yeah,
clearly,
Keem, you should go on there.
clearly, he has more pull than anybody else.
Okay, before we
You
jump
guys
to
want to
that-
crack. You guys want to crack jokes and everything, but like the greatest defense for Ackman is Ethan Klein's fuck ups. Like just
Well, no,
recognize
I was so he
No, I
well, he
think-
should
I
actually
think the
go and talk
greatest
to Ethan.
defense. I think the greatest defense is like they took satirical tweets more seriously than the guy who's actually been doxing people.
Well, Ethan, like morally and logically, has to agree that those jokes shouldn't be punished since he made similar joke. Well, not similar; his were worse. But he has to defend you now, so you should go on there and talk to him and see if you can pressure him to start talking to him. Because you guys always say he's very.
Well, we got
in the
something
know.
set up for Wednesday.
Oh, there you go. That'll probably help. Well, no, you're talking about moving forward and what to do. I mean, that's going to help whether you like Ethan or not. He has like say enough to possibly.
I agree. I
still like Ethan. I feel like the strides he made for fair use on the platform we should all appreciate that.
I still think Ethan's.
Oh, have you seen what he's been doing since like 2018 on? Because
oh no, you opened up a whole can of worms.
That's not the same guy.
No, I haven't.
Wow, Act Man, soon you're gonna have more people than me just being, Keem's gonna turn on you here,
you can't.
Never press the Ethan Klein button.
Never push the Ethan button.
You can't call him a good guy at all.
Ackman's gonna go on that show and with like 5 seconds, he's gonna be like saying Joe Rogan's like unhealthy and shit. Like I'm telling you, you're in for it.
God.
hey, I just like to have a balanced approach to life. I like to be diplomatic. I don't like to burn bridges or fucking get all pissed off over someone's political belief that I may not care about. I value relationships with people more than a lot of other things.
I actually agree with Papa God that you should go on there. Like I do. I mean,
I think you should do like the Gandhi route where you get you then become friends with Hassan and you get Keem, Hassan, and H3 all together to.
Fuck each other.
I did tell Ethan, I was like, I hope you and Keem can bury the hatchet at some point.
Yeah,
I really hope so too.
With who? Ethan?
Like you look at all the piece Act Man has put to our website. You got Keem and Ethan to make up. And
I will say this, and you can take it how you want to take it, but I would love to bury the hatchet. Thank you, guys.
Wait, what?
Are you up? That what an exit! What an exit!
For Twitch, he didn't mean that. For Twitch, yeah, he didn't mean what he just said.
He didn't mean what? Kill somebody with a hatchet?
Yeah, in Minecraft maybe, but not here.
Well, I think bury the I think bury the hatchet is
Yeah, I mean,
I'm confused.
Is there a way we could get?
It's like a positive thing.
Is there a way we could just get Act Man to talk to one of the executives at YouTube? It'd be the easiest fucking way to work any of this shit out. It's so annoying.
Sure
right? Just tear down all the walls of communication and just make it direct with me.
Well, I think the Ethan conversation is really like a good step in the right direction, honestly. So
even if we have Charlie go talk to him, it's like, well, Charlie's got to play this annoying ass game of telephone, and it's just fucking annoying. I just don't. I don't get it.
It's going to be more difficult than an overturn, because I do feel like there's looking at they're pulling the video in the first video down. They have to know they fucked up, but they can't. They're not going to admit it.
Wrong.
Yeah, so they're going to give it some time, and they're using the tweet you made as like an excuse, honestly. And they'll be like, "Okay, he's a nice boy now, so it's been a week or so, and we're gonna reinstate him." And
I mean, dude, I've seen it where people don't get their money. Like Steven Crowder didn't get it back for like a year, dude.
And he threatened.
Yeah, but Steven
What's a little different?
was a little bit more fucking volatile than.
Yeah, he actually desecrated Pride Month.
If they don't, like, you guys sit there and think, oh, YouTube's sitting there and thinking how bad they feel about fucking up. No, dude, they don't.
It's positive energy. It's positive energy.
Well, I agree with Willie Mac. I don't think YouTube gives a fuck because it's a corporate entity. They're not going to care. No.
If you work in a corporate company ever, dude, you'll realize like, oh, this guy's being annoying. What do we do? And if it's the VP, he's like, well, let's just get rid of him and then we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, let's get rid of him and blow fucking coke.
They'll do it to the point where they can, but again, he's moving to like Ethan is probably a positive step.
If any employees are watching, we do not think that you quote unquote blow coke. I just want to.
I wasn't saying YouTube employees. No, I wasn't saying anyone.
I have to specify jokes now.
That's the fear, dude. That's the fear they've invoked in all of you.
Nick told me he's going to shit in every YouTube employee's toilet at their house and not flush the toilet.
Whoa! Oh my god! Jesus! Don't out me like that. That was going to be like a month-long operation.
You guys are trying to get our Twitches and our YouTubes taken down. All right, this is content for me. All right, guys. I'm on poverty status. All right.
Good.
I think the most important thing to draw from this is Act Man's a gaming YouTuber. He's not a drama guy.
True.
We are. So when we're watching this happen to him, this could be any of us. And that's why it's important to like fight the good fight on this.
I appreciate that.
No problem, man.
Yeah, I do appreciate everyone that's sticking up for the right thing and you know, even people like Willie that really want to scrutinize, I think everyone has their hearts in the right place, that they just want the platform to be better. And this is clearly a terrible precedent to set.
I'm sorry,
which is kind of the whole point of the video. I mean, the dark age of YouTube, I really could not have picked a better title for a video.
Yeah, it was.
I just wonder, like, what would have happened, like, had those two tweets not have been made? Would YouTube, like, you know, that's where I'm at right now, like,
Because
wondering.
it does feel like they had like a way out.
Yeah, I think they
That's
use
where
it
a
as an
lot of my
excuse.
criticism is coming from. It does feel like they were just giving a way out because your temper broke for a minute or whatever it was, right? You know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all hindsight. I mean, what are you going to do now? It's more important. Just like what can you do moving forward instead of focusing on the aspects of
YouTube
it.
needs to be the strike system needs to be 3 strikes. It can't be you get a strike and then this. It can't be you get 3 strikes at once. It can't be. It should be a fucking strike. Otherwise, how the fuck are you going to know to fix anything? How do you know you fucked up?
I mean, for some stuff, obviously, you should be yeeted. Like if you post a video of you killing someone, I mean, you know,
all right, but we aren't talking about
I mean?
that though. We're talking about like when it comes to like territory that is kind of new, like the employee stuff, right?
Harassment and bullying, which is
because, dude, I don't care what anyone says, dude. There's a million YouTube videos where a pickle joke has been made or a cucumber joke.
I mean, I say some pretty raunchy.
I mean,
shit,
that's why, like, you know, this is the problem with YouTube. It's like even when you're covering somebody or any topic, like, I get really pissed because when I gotta make like a video, and I don't know how much you watch my videos, Willie, but like there's jokes where like I would make them, but I just know that I'm playing on a fucking high wire. You know what I mean? And there's no like.
Yeah.
There's no, like you have no possible idea of like what you're allowed to do on the platform. And when you do get policy stricken or, you do get a strike and then something really egregious happens, you get your whole fucking monetization removed. So it's like, where's like, what are you allowed to do? Like
policy reform. Policy reform is the big long-term end goal, I think, for all of us. Policy reform, because if copyright strikes can lead to the termination of someone else's channel, then they should also lead to the termination of your channel if you're an asshole and you abuse it. If you submit a DMCA and it's false and it doesn't go through, then you should get the copyright strike.
Yeah,
I mean, it depends.
And you should have the same appeal process that the victim would have had, because right now the people that file the DMCAs face absolutely no repercussions for anything. That's the truth. That's the reality of the situation.
So when I argue with Augie about this, I don't even know if you know. Oh, you talk to him on the stream, so you know who he is. The big issue with copyright is that this is happening all basically through a third party, with like YouTube being the arbiter. So they don't really see everything that's happening in these disputes. The issue is that although copyright is tilted heavily in our favor, when we file the counter notification, it comes up 99% of the time. Most people aren't taking these to court. It still fucks your revenue for 10 days. It still stops you from streaming. And it's those things that should be minimized, I think. I mean, like, you lose 10 days of revenue.
Well, also for individual content creators that go out of their way to submit these things, there should also be repercussions if they submit them falsely or fraudulently.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, that's a conversation about like the intentions and are they submitting it, intentionally wrong or not, and then we could probably do like a strike system for that as well, because I feel like some people just might fuck up and not know the rules.
Yeah. So again, you could have the exact same system, but just for the people that file the copyright claims and the takedowns. Let's say you file one and you don't fill out the fucking form, and YouTube's like, "Hey, you didn't fill out the fucking form. Here's a copyright strike." Or let's say you did fill out the form and you genuinely thought someone was taking or stealing your videos, and then YouTube fucked up and they were like, "Nope, like this person that re-uploaded your video, that's not yours." And then they give you the same appeal process that the people getting the DMCAs have. So in reality, this new system would just make the playing field level.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So that's like one long-term end goal.
What's annoying with YouTube's community guidelines is like it's just a big illusion of it being fair. I mean, it's been like this since Monkey got banned, since Levy got banned.
It's like there's a 3-strike policy unless we deem you annoying, and then you're gone.
If they just don't like you, they're gonna can you, and if they do like you, then you're gonna be kind of you're allowed to skirt. It's just the TOS is largely just there to be vague, so there's an illusion of it being fair. And it'll always be that way as long as it's a private company because it's easier for them.
Well, having gone through a lot of the specific examples is shit that like Quantum has like actually violated. Like one of the most extreme examples on hate speech is one of the examples that YouTube uses is a creator says that the world would be better off without this particular group of people.
Right.
And this policy is also enforced through external links. And it's like, well, would you look at that? That's exactly what he's doing.
If Quantum was a bigger YouTuber and had a bigger following, I feel like he would have been banned.
Oh yeah,
Since
probably.
He's kind of like a nobody.
Yeah.
You know, he's allowed to screw. I mean, there's a million small channels that do that. They just never get a chance.
There's big channels that do similar stuff to that. Like there's a fairly decently sized pocket. Well, no, like there's a pocket of people who believe on YouTube who like actively say that the LGBTQ community is some kind of a conspiracy theory to feminize men and like weaken society. But they don't go as far to say like you should get Pulse nightclub.
They should all be killed.
Yeah.
It's like they're just smart about like being under the TOS. It's like the Steven Crowder thing, right? Like Steven Crowder, he's smart about not breaking the TOS to the point where like he's getting a strike, you know? Like he'll say just enough so that YouTube can't do anything per its guidelines, right?
Somebody in chat said Leafy was big. Dude, Leafy got banned. Dude, Leafy didn't do anything wrong like that though, from what I remember.
Leafy did raid Pokemon's Discord server on video.
Oh well,
yeah,
because I don't know anything about that.
Well, I think a YouTube would. That's like blanket targeted harassment.
Yeah,
that's
didn't he make like 10 videos on her in a row or something?
Well, yeah, who cares though? I mean,
I don't know the specifics of Leafy.
They didn't name anything specific with Leafy. Is what's annoying, like you know.
Well, yeah, but it's different because Ethan and Keemstar, that's very attractive. But Leafy and Pokemon, what? Ew, who wants to watch that?
I think what happened with the Pokemon and Leafy thing was that he just had too many consecutive videos, and he obviously put her in the title and thumbnail.
We all have to sit here and guess. We don't know. How ridiculous is that?
Yeah, but he might know.
It's a shitty thing dealing with like with the private company in this manner, right? Like
we have to fucking guess. It's lame.
Exactly. It's the same thing. Like you get hit with the nudity and like sexual like strike, right? Or like spams and deceptive practices. And it's like they don't even tell you like the time code of what specifically YouTube
it's like with Act Man. Right now we're sitting here having to speculate all this shit for
was it over a fucking cucumber or no? Like exactly.
If I were to bet fucking money to just get someone to speak the truth, I guarantee it's not over the fucking cucumber. It just can't be. I just don't see a world that's the reason.
Well, it was probably the YouTube guy freaking out.
That's the fake reason. That's the fake reason.
Somebody was probably honestly, it's probably one guy that got really sensitive. They made a call, and then now YouTube is probably just figuring out. Yeah, and YouTube's just like, what the fuck did we do to make ourselves look like we didn't make a bad call?
Yeah. Well, let's tweet the reason. He was. It's funny. It's funny because people were saying, "Oh, why did you hide the reason why your channel was demonetized?" It's like, bro, like I said, May 31st, I just started talking to someone at YouTube. I'm not gonna fucking throw them under the bus just to. The reason makes YouTube look worse. Why would I hide that? You know what I mean? I genuinely didn't know if I should say anything.
That's
and then
also
once
weird.
YouTube went public. Once YouTube went public with that reason, I tweeted the context and I tweeted the tweet.
That's actually one thing I wanted to say. So, like, obviously, you weren't saying anything about why you got banned. There was, like, you had to be hush-hush. How is it that Twitter Team YouTube is suddenly, like, throwing out the fucking reasons? Like, it feels like that's such a weird disconnect of the company, right? Like, they're like, the company is like, hey, we don't want this out there. Let's not talk about this publicly. And then
they didn't email me.
The internet, like fucking Team YouTube.
I'm sure.
Like, well, I know exactly why you got removed.
I feel like it couldn't have been some intern because they probably wouldn't have given a fuck about it.
Dude, I guarantee the intern was told to get up out of his chair and come back and find
it. There's no because do you think the intern
I don't even think it's an intern. I think it's a fucking bot that runs it.
Probably.
It's an automated bot, I'm pretty sure.
Either way, I'm pretty sure somebody with like a decent amount of power was like, okay, let's counter the narrative and put up mention the screenshot or mention what he had said, the tweets he had made.
Yo, Act Man, has anyone else been doxxed by Quantum?
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's the case. We need to like.
Who
I think
are the
the
people?
next step is to build another video up.
Ninjishin was one of them.
Dude, Ninjishin's being such a rat right now. Tell that guy to unblock me, bro.
Here's what I think we
Mr.
should do
4K
going
upscaler,
forward.
I think.
So okay, I think what we should do going forward, and I think this is the plan to win this entire thing, is create another video, but this time we need to go really fucking balls to the wall technical about the entire concept of doxing and the actual victims. Like, we need to make a long form video and just go after each and every victim and talk about this fucking story, as many of that are willing to come public as possible, because I think that's what YouTube needs to see, and like what YouTube can't refute, right, is actual harm done to their community, their users, by a malicious individual.
Well, so do you
hold up.
Do you drop
on the child
sorry.
safety policy? On the child safety policy, I don't know if you guys ever. This was going to be in the part of the video I never ended up making. But basically, like, I could play the clips for you. I could send them. Yeah. But basically, a guy, My Gadgets World. He had a video.
I know
where
he asked his daughter to like review like a TV, and he's like, he's
for
forcing
1 minute.
his fucking daughter.
Yeah, and then Quantum came out, was like, he's forcing his fucking daughter, and then he was like, I could slap the shit out of you, man. I could just slap the shit out of you. Talk about the TV, get your fucking kid off the screen. And so he was saying like really wild shit. So if we're talking about real harm, I'll tell you what he sent me. So I said, thanks for the support. I wonder if there's a possibility for members of the AV community to testify to YouTube about their dealings and encounters with Quantum. He said I could share this, by the way. Actually, why don't I could just screen share it, maybe? No, I don't know. That's risky. Quantum did, so this is what he said. Quantum did this to every AV YouTuber. He totally destroyed my momentum because I got really worried and distracted. I have reported that video he made to YouTube, and YouTube never did anything, even though he threatened to physically assault me. Problem is that not many people reporting that video because I did not have much support or reach. If YouTube looks into that, he is going to get warning or strike. And then he was basically like, "Yeah, dude,
slap the shit out of him."
Yeah, and then, so he was basically like, "What's that?"
Because he's gonna. I feel like Keemstar said that in videos, bro. Like, I feel like that's not even that crazy.
Okay, but I mean, if you heard the way that he was talking about his kid and him,
yeah, so it's like really out there then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so the question is, do you collect the information to make a video, or do you collect the information and approach YouTube with it?
No, I think you should make a video about it. You should definitely do a redo on this video and include the actual victims. You got to make a long form video that just hits him point after point after point, right? Like, the whole narrative is not like, hey, this guy's a bad dude. It's how about this guy's a bad dude, but instead of just him being a bad guy, here's the actual harm he has caused on the platform, the irreversible harm. And after you've shown all that, YouTube can't refute that this guy, by being on the platform, still being on the platform, wouldn't cause harm any further. It's a pattern you're showing, right? Like, at the end of the day, you have to show how bad everyone has been hurt, and then ask YouTube if they're still, to this day, comfortable letting the guy on. That's
I feel
how you
like
do
Muda, in a perfect world, I would probably be making that video, but having put in far too much time into this whole thing, and having been demonetized, I'm
it's taking the wind out of your sails, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm completely demoralized from making any videos.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that video on your second channel for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's something that you could probably drop later on too. It's like sit on it, and then it's possible to collect that information, and even have somebody else do it, because you've done quite a bit.
This channel is like completely fucked too. This dude's like, by this dude I mean Quantum.
The idea of the video is great, but just thinking about it makes me feel exhausted.
Yeah.
That's why I think it'd be better for like somebody in the commentary. I'd love to fucking sit down and do this video after I come back like next month, to be honest. Because
where are you gonna be?
I'm gonna be in Los Angeles, so I'm gonna take care of that and come back with a fresh mind and just cover this,
Sure.
Sit down and just fucking go piece by piece. I'd love to talk to all the people that's happened, because to me, this is like up there with some like
you should work with Kavos again.
Talking to all the people is not easy. It's become very annoying.
Well, you know what I have thought about doing, because I did like a dossier that I sent to YouTube, which included a bunch of stuff. I could upload all the archives I have.
That would be helpful.
I would like to personally like go into his Discord and just like see for it for myself and like find actual cases live that you can record on video, because like show something in action.
I do have someone that sent me like an hour-long Discord video feed. I haven't really gone through it. because it's like it's video feed and video evidence. If somebody wants to go through it, they could.
I'd like to go through it. Yeah.
There's also I have the video feed of the Facebook posts and everything. Yeah, I did real fucking investigation on this. I do feel proud about that.
Put it on Facebook, see if it blows up.
I don't use Facebook much.
Good old Facebook. Yeah, Facebook, you basically got to like pay to get your videos wrong. It's weird. That website's all weird. Or it's like half of Facebook still does like old social experiments from like, what's that guy's name? Joey Salad.
Yeah. He's a
Flo Antonio.
He's a fucking weird like conservative now. Conservative content does. Joey Salad's 100%. He was trying to run in New York. He was trying to run. He was trying to run for Congress or some shit.
I remember that dude. He used to be in every like Trump tweet, and then someone would send him a picture of himself putting it like his dick in a hot dog.
Yeah, and pissing on himself. Yeah.
Yeah, he pissed in his own mouth.
Joey Salads did that? What the fuck?
Yeah, you didn't know about that?
Yeah, he was in a movie.
Yeah.
Vintage drama alert memes.
Hey,
you ever seen the movie? The fucking Jackass movie they made?
Oh, was he in a Jackass movie for real?
Yeah, him, Vitaly, fucking.
They made like a fake one, not like real Jackass.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like like the actual movie. Okay.
Oh God, no.
Oh my God.
They were not smart enough for that.
Joey Salads recalls the time he peed in his own mouth on camera.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, who?
Fucking idiot.
I like this headline. I like this headline. Joey Salads peed into his own mouth and ran for Congress.
That's the order you have to do it in, honestly.
And then the picture of him is him with a swastika armband.
Oh my God.
Dude, I remember his Trump car prank where he like fucking faked like a hate crime.
What has J Station been up to?
He just followed me on Twitter today, I think, because I was arguing with Act Man, which is hilarious.
I'm surprised he still actually follows me. That's fucking.
How funny would it be if
you gotta hit up Tommy C? They're still like on talking terms, I think.
J Station, Joey Salads, and fucking like Vitaly all were like came together to be like, you know what? Fuck like Act Man. We stand with Quantum.
They're like the YouTube Suicide Squad of like
the Suicide Squad of YouTube, the most degenerate fucking people. I would watch that movie, dude.
And now, defending Quantum TV, the guy who pissed in his own mouth.
Vitaly, the man who assaulted a woman jogging.
Oh my God.
Wait, is Vitaly defending Quantum? I thought Vitaly was too blitzed to do anything.
Well, it wouldn't be good, but it would be like a Rocky Balboa talk.
Why do we hate Staten Island? Piece of shit.
Dude, how about how Ukraine got invaded and literally that week he had his boxing thing and he dressed up as the Russian from Rocky IV.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, the week after Ukraine gets invaded, I'm like, bruh.
He just doesn't care, dude. Part of me respects that fucking douchebaggery a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of these guys are just really. I used to think they were funnier when I was younger, and now they just.
I think they're funnier now because I've realized some of them aren't acting.
I know that's what makes it hilarious. Yeah, because they're fucking dumbasses.
I realize they're not acting. Well, lads, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we kind of got through this.
I think we'll have to wait for any updates.
I am not the bad guy because I ask questions. All right. Please.
And I'm not the bad guy because
I don't think you're the bad guy at all.
I made the
issue. Think you are at all.
I can't wait for the video to drop, Willie. I can't wait for the dog whistle.
Well, I got to talk to Rich Tuesday, and then hopefully.
Ooh, you talking to Rich?
Yeah, I'm talking to Review Tech, and then I got to figure out. I got to get some of these other, like this one guy, this ninjutsu guy or whatever, to talk to me. And
if he doesn't want to talk to you, then fuck it. Just be like he didn't comment. Over.
Yeah.
Well, right, but if he
or you could pull a Taylor Lorenz and say, I reached out to him for comment, and
right,
and then not actually do it. Yeah,
because he's like the one.
I'll message him because he knows a lot of shit.
Yeah, no, he seems like he's like a really important person in all the info you sent me.
Well, little do
All I
you
know is
know.
if you can get the SJW YouTubers and the anti-SJW crowd to agree on something, you've made it, man.
Hey, what's going on, man? I
We got
appreciate
Jeremy
that.
in here.
I'm not really
Yeah.
on TikTok anymore.
Oh Lord, was Jeremy in here?
No, not in the stream, but the quartering is making videos on it.
Oh,
Everybody's like
I was really
universal
hoping
for this.
Jeremy was in the stream. He's one of my favorite people after his big thing about the big titty robots in Apex Legends.
Has he asked you for the coffee sponsorship? You should ask him.
Who are you talking to, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll promote Jeremy's coffee. Fuck it. Can you believe
Yeah, but
it?
has he asked you for it? Because I mean, I think he might. He'll promote no matter what, right?
No, I think he hates me right now, so I don't know.
Why?
You guys,
Yeah, I wonder why.
What is it? Because you dropped
let
the
me
video
know
on him?
if you need more archives or evidence or whatever.
No. Yeah, the thing is, I need to talk to people, and then if I got more questions, I'll talk to you and hit you up. But it seems pretty straight at the moment.
Yeah, thank you very much for jumping on and clearing that up, even if Keemstar didn't tell you we were live.
So Stardust,
Oh, yeah,
Stardust, why does everybody hate you? Every time I load up on YouTube, there's some
She's a woman of color, dude.
It's usually by
like a
accident,
5,000
but
sub channel talking shit on you.
yeah, no, look, man, I it's usually by accident, but I think I kind of thrive in it, so it is what it is.
You were the most hated small channel. I've like all these small channels like congregate.
I
Is
mean,
it true?
Why do they hate
I
you?
kind of do.
Yeah,
look
I
for
don't know.
fights,
I think it's because
so-
she said something nice about Johnny Depp or something, and now people.
No,
Oh, yeah. Oh no, there was the other. It was
Oh
the
no,
other
you
way
didn't say
around,
something
yeah.
nice. You've been on a campaign.
No, I called him a wife beater. Yeah. No, but I generally people hated me before that, so you know, like it's fine.
That's a very
Whatever.
spicy take.
I do look for fights a lot, so I have a lot of fun. with that.
Why do you look for fights like that?
I'm gonna head out.
All right, man. Take care.
Nice chatting with you. Nice meeting some of you.
All right, let me know if you want to play World of Warcraft.
We'll talk in the morning, dude. We got a podcast.
Yeah, we will. All right, peace.
All right, peace, man.
All right,
go
Stardust.
on,
So why does
Stardust.
everyone
Give me
hate
the full thing. Why do I get hit up by people with 3,000 subs messaging my Twitter DMs being like, "Have you heard about Stardust? She is so mean."
Really mean?
Wow.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, they want you to
well,
write an
it
expo
depends.
on it.
I'm only mean to people like usually after they've said something pretty bad to me first. I try not to, do that until they've done it first. So if I
What's
did,
with you
I
and
was
Jessica
mean.
Pizzle having a fight? What is that about?
Who the fuck is Jessica
Oh,
Pizzle?
That's what I was gonna.
Wait,
That's what I
You
was
gotta
gonna say.
contextualize me here.
Yeah,
What
what
the
the
It
fuck?
was
love
more
this
than rude.
one.
She was kind of really, really rude first. So then I called her a fat whore a bunch of times.
But
Oh
wait,
my
what did you?
God.
Wait,
So you
wait,
fat
wait,
shamed somebody?
wait, this
What
is even
the
better.
fuck?
I'm
This is even
fatter
better.
than
What did
she
she
is.
say in
What is
That's
she
response?
fucked
upset
up.
about? She can't
Wait,
be
wait,
upset
Star.
by
What did
that.
Jessica call you again?
She called me a dirty brown bitch. I
Oh
believe.
my
But,
God.
look,
Okay,
that's not even that bad.
so
That's not
she
even
said
that
that,
bad. It's fine.
and then somebody said, "Hey, Jessica, that's kind of racist." And then she's like, "What? Me? No, I would never say something racist." And like the clip is like calling Star like a dirty. Brown.
This is way meaner than I thought this would
okay,
be. I
look,
figured it would
Bro,
just be
this
like,
is like political discourse
I
on
did not call her
social
This
media.
is
racist.
as bad as
I
what Ethan
never
Ralph
called
was
her
saying to
racist.
yeah, this is
Mutahar.
actually mean stuff being exchanged.
Look. This is not mean stuff for me. Okay, it's not that mean at least. But no, I mean, I've never called her racist. I made a joke about how she said in the same sentence that I'm a dirty brown bitch and I'm falling for like white woman tears. I thought it was funny. I thought like these two things are
The
like
fuck are
these two
white
things
woman?
are
What?
these two things are so
They're Karen
opposite,
particles.
right?
This is crazy.
They're so opposite. I thought it was the funniest thing on earth. So I made a tweet about it. And then everybody's like, Jessica's a racist. And Jessica's like, oh, Stardust is calling me a racist. And I'm like, I'm not calling you a racist. I never called you a racist. She's not a racist, guys. And now everybody.
Well, what the fuck do you mean she's not a racist?
Well,
She called you a dirty brown. What the fuck?
Yo, look, wait a minute. Okay.
That does seem a little racist.
Nick knows.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
it's a little spicy.
Wait a minute.
Nuclear
Nick
take.
knows.
People will get more mad if you call somebody racist than if somebody screams the N word in Discord on Twitch.
Yeah.
Like there are
True,
more people
yeah.
like, wait,
I didn't
hold
call
on,
her a
take it easy,
racist.
man. How dare you say racist?
I didn't. Nick knows. I have encountered way worse stuff online than that. It's nothing. It's
Didn't Bunk
it's-
say you wanted to like destroy your like entire
No,
like
Bunk
family
disagreed with
lineage?
There's a neo-Nazi I had a really big fight with, and that guy.
What? What is?
What neo-Nazi
What
was
What
this?
community are you in?
Oh,
dog?
are you
Stardust is part of,
talking
like,
about?
political Twitch
Are you
debate show
talking about
stuff, and then she
Destiny?
came over here.
Are you talking
Yeah,
about?
No,
that's
it was
what I'm
Southern
talking
Dingo
about.
from
I fight with
the
everybody,
community.
so
Okay,
been
you know what you have to
the
do,
other
Stardust, when
side.
you get into fights with them? Remind them that basically what they do every day is unemployment hour. They're not you know why I don't fight with Ethan Rolfe? Do you know why I don't even bother to think about that guy? Because I know he's gonna die alone in like 10 years anyways.
10
So why am I
years? That's a
giving
little
fuck?
long range, don't you
I
think?
know. I'm putting a lot of fucking like hope that maybe he'll get his shit together.
Conversation's gotten
Yeah.
so brutal.
So it's
Look,
like I
Christ.
don't think about these people. I don't give a fuck about them. So it's like, you know,
It's fine.
yeah.
You crushed Ralph.
You guys thought
crushed
I
him.
was being mean for asking a couple questions on Twitter about Act Man. This has
Wait,
gotten real
did you
dark.
hear about the Mutahar versus Ethan Ralph drama that went on?
What?
What?
No,
So
wait,
I had asked Muta about Ralph on stream, and then you said he was kind of like irrelevant. He's just like a rage pig lol cow or whatever. I forgot what terminology you used specifically. But then Ralph goes on Twitter, puts on his nice Southern hat, gets his little what is it? His fucking Confederate flag on, a little lapel pin, and he's like, if things were the way they're supposed to be, Mutahar would be working at a 7-Eleven.
If things were the way that they were supposed to be, Rolf would actually be there for his kid, but his kid's gonna forget his name in like 5 years anyway. So.
Muta responded and goes, "That's funny. I own a few 7-Eleven."
You know, it's so funny. My wife and I talked about buying 7-Elevens after we read that tweet because I was like, "Oh, is that actually a good idea?"
I mean, like people this is why I don't even like entertain like the neo-Nazi racist side of shit, because these guys have to fucking panhandle for like fucking dollars on the internet. Like Rolf will like talk about 7-Eleven shit all the time. Dude, without Killstream, Rolf would be out sucking dick for nickels. Maybe if he's lucky and not getting his ass kicked in Portugal. That's the one thing.
He might still have to do that even with.
He might have to. Yeah, you're right.
Yo, I know Ralph is watching this because Muta's talking shit about him. Pay child support, please. Your kid needs it. Please play child support.
Dude, Gator sent a $1 donation to his like ex-girlfriend or whatever, and he said, "Look, I paid more child support than Ralph has."
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I actually feel bad for Rolf because his kid's gonna fucking forget his name. His kid's gonna try to get his last name legally changed. I know I would if I was the kid. Like, I would fucking get my name changed. I wouldn't want to be associated to that fucking idiot.
That's fucked up.
He's not gonna get his life together. In 5 years, he's probably die of like heart disease or something. And I'm gonna be on a fucking beach.
Is dropping
like,
by the minute.
I'm gonna be on a beach in Cozumel smoking cigars and having all this. Is
that
nothing?
Is that the guy I watched like 13 seconds? I watched like 13 seconds of a Boblax video where I just heard the F slur constantly, and then I turned it off. Is that who we're talking about?
Probably, yeah.
Wow.
This is the guy who said he wouldn't stop saying the N-word to get $100,000.
Wow, because I was on
Keemstar fight.
That's fucking crazy.
Rolf literally disproves neo-Nazis. Like, Rolf literally disproves it. Because if that's the peak of like their fucking argument about being like the superior race, Rolf is the actual like fucking counter to that, the scientific counter.
Yeah, but which kind of white is he?
Well, apparently he's like full-blooded, right? Like he's like
which kind of like Italian?
American white.
Because Italians Italians are garbage white.
That doesn't always mean anything. Are you familiar with JF? Papa Gut?
Me?
Who?
JF, Jean Francisca Repe.
I don't know a lot of people. I'm like pretty new to the culture, I'll say.
All right, JF is an interesting guy. Okay, his whole neo-Nazi arc begins with him being a big guy into genetics. Right, he thinks that certain people are more genetically superior. All right. He also after at risk of like being deported back to Canada, because he was caught he was actually a university teacher. I forget which university it was, but he ended up fucking like a TA or something. And he had to figure out how to stay in the country. So he ended up dating somebody who was so like mentally disabled that the state had to intervene because it wasn't like she couldn't drive vehicles, operate, or anything like that.
Do you know what she had? Like, I'm just curious.
It was It was like autism and something else. I think.
Was she like deemed non-consenting? Is that how bad it was?
She was deemed mentally 9 by
oh wow.
In a court of law, and they ended up taking her back and stuff like that. So yeah, sometimes the moral of the story is people who think of perfect genetics don't always, accurately.
I mean, if she was autistic, she would have perfect genetics, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Very true.
It's also funny because he is a neo-Nazi who took $20,000 from Jeffrey Epstein, a Jewish millionaire.
No, Jeffrey Epstein gave it to him. He didn't take it.
Yeah, no, he took it. Like it was
Hell yeah.
He took the money.
Hell yeah. He went straight to like St. Jude's Island or whatever, and like took the money, dude.
Yeah, so these guys are weird. I've seen a lot of this stuff coming out of that community, that old blood sports community with Ralph and Andy and
Wait, does that mean
Medicare.
Jeffrey Epstein was part of blood sports?
Yeah, he was part of IBS for a little.
Yeah, he kind of like started IBS. Man.
Oh god, the Andy Warski. I know he's on the up and up now. He used to be addicted to, I think, coke, and then he ended up almost killing somebody in Florida.
Jesus.
But he's on the up and up now.
Oh.
Hell
Wow.
yeah.
I love that red bar clip of him just getting fucking demolished.
Wait, which one?
The red bar clip where Andy calls in.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't see the red bar? Oh, dude, that is the
No.
funniest fucking clip. He gets Andy Warski on and like Mike just fucking destroys him on camera like as he's live.
It's so crazy because Tommy C used to be a huge
I'm gonna
fan
go
of
pee,
Andy Warski.
right?
He'd be like, "Oh my god, I gotta go on the show." He's like such a well-respected host or whatever, and he was just this regular commentary guy until he met like Richard Spencer or something, and it went like just downhill because there was a lot of money to be made over there, I guess. And oh god, the day that did you ever see the aim video? I can't play it on Twitch. But like they were all extremely drunk walking in like downtown, was it Tampa or Miami? And they had this the speaker on and it was just like donations and stuff, and you know how the donation speakers are in these IRL streams. So they're all saying slurs and they're playing music songs where people are saying the N-word and stuff like that. And the cops are coming, and then all of a sudden someone started donating a bunch of stuff to say like Andy is going to shoot the so and so, and like in front of the cops, so they're like looking at him awkward. They're like, "What is this?" And then they ended up getting chased by these guys into like an intersection. And all of a sudden, Andy's like, "Here, take the thing, take the speaker." And then the other guy pulls out his gun and points it, and he's like, "Aim, aim, aim, aim. We will defend ourselves. We will defend ourselves. We will defend ourselves." And then he's like, "Stand your ground," because I guess he thought that's how stand your ground worked, that you could just assassinate somebody in the middle of a fucking street. And then nothing happened. But it's like a legendary clip now. I don't know, everybody has like a fall. I'm glad Andy's back on the up and up.
I mean, if you want to deviate
Dude,
from
I
that
saw
horrid community,
Andy.
you can.
Yeah.
I saw Andy. He had like hair and like
He's got a
muscles
beard
and
now.
teeth. He looks
Yeah.
fucking
He has
normal. He
hair
looks
now.
like normal. Yeah.
I think he's
That
been off
shit's
coke for like
crazy.
2 years.
That
I
shit
didn't
is
even recognize
crazy.
it was him. I was like, holy shit, this man's completely put his life together.
Holy fuck.
And I can appreciate. Listen, it's okay to have like a fucking
Tips
that
on
bad
being the
moment
blues
in
bus.
your
Which one,
life, like-
normal or?
But like he changed, you know. The thing with Ethan Rolfe is he just gets worse. Like I just feel bad for the guy. Like at this point, it's like what a dumbass, you know. Like at least
I'm proud
Andy's
of him,
getting his
dude.
shit
Keep the
together.
clown
I'm proud
show
of him.
going.
Yeah.
The fact that I like Ethan Ralph just because I've never heard Muda speak so nasty about someone in my life.
Oh God, no!
Well,
Like
I mean,
honestly,
out
like
of all the people that deserve it,
I've watched a decent amount of Muda vids, and I don't know if I've ever heard him speak that sourly about
look, dude, I never have hate for anybody in my heart, but for people like that, I just feel pity. Like, I'm like, I just,
Really? That's pity.
I really pity the guy is the thing, right? Like, but I'm stating a fact though. Like the way that he looks, the way that he acts, he's not going to be alive for 5 years. I'm not talking about his health. I'm talking about his activities.
Jesus.
He talks all that shit.
We'll do a.
Like,
I'll do a,
how do you expect to not get your
normal
ass
run.
reamed every time you show yourself in public? Like, you can't act hard as fuck on the internet and then keep getting your ass kicked in public, all right? Like,
Do you have
he's a guy that's
Geraldo?
almost 40 years old,
The
all
hero?
right? Fuck all money to his name. Not supporting his kids from what I hear, from what I'm seeing, okay? Allegedly, right? And what else has he got going on?
Do you have this hero?
Like, it is the worst life possible. He can pretend that it's normal. He can fucking pretend to own somebody because of like I'd fucking laugh if he said that I was gonna scam him because of my background in cybersecurity. That would have been fucking hilarious. But the 7-Eleven joke just made me sad because I'm like, this guy's just a dipshit. He can't even be racist in a fucking cool way. Like that's how far he's
Yeah. Do you have
fallen off,
access?
you know?
Do you have access to him?
he's such a bad
Because you
racist.
can't.
Yeah,
you can't use,
at
him
least, like
for
if
the
you're gonna
challenge.
bring up the stereotypes, at least rub the 2 brain cells that are still functioning. Like maybe I can respect that. But now I'm just like, it's like laughing at a fucking like, it's like laughing at a cripple, you know? Like it just feels bad.
It is
like
one
looking
of those things where you go ahead and it's like Dude, yeah, no, and the thing is, he is such like a worthless. Like he got beat up. Like there's that video, that thread Nick made of that dude getting hunted down and like beaten up in Portugal or whatever.
Hunted, literally hunted.
And the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like,
all right, cool. I'll show you how to play that.
like, so on board.
While we do this.
Jesus, Willy.
I was in on the assault, dude. I was there.
I do like how every time Mutahar explains Ralph, the prognosis gets worse. At first it was 10, then it was 5 years,
Right.
then he won't even last 5 years.
I don't think so. With the way that he acts, I don't like.
Yeah,
I
I
just
agree.
don't see him fucking doing shit, man.
I
I
want you
don't
to
see
see.
him winning in any capacity.
can
He's
see
gonna be
that.
on like whatever
All right,
service
pop
that hasn't
him
banned
down.
him yet. Then he's gonna do something stupid to fuck up the relationship there, and then he's out on the street sucking dick for nickels or something.
Oh
you
my
know?
god.
Hey, Stardust, if I did like once in a while, like once every couple months or something, I did like a small commentary court where you know, I steal H3H3's.
All right, here's what you do. You want
whatever,
to you
and I
start the
bring you
thing
on
and you want to delay
Jessica
placing
Fizzle, whoever.
Geraldo till like until you have
is there
like
a way we could work it
over
out so
1,000
not
gold.
everyone's calling each other like calling each other brown or whatever?
Because he can put down like an NFT that
Yeah, Stardust,
gets
I
better,
don't
more
understand why you're
value.
not calling it a racist. Fucking just call her a racist dumbass.
Because then all the
Because,
white
like,
people in her
because, like,
community
in
will tell her
Encounter-
she's wrong.
Well, look, I don't know. I just
No,
don't
see,
think
this
it's
is what I
fair.
hate about it, okay? You gotta be a fucking confident Indian American person, okay?
Even when
This
people are
motherfucker is calling you out on the
wait a
color of
minute,
your
wait a minute.
skin.
Wait a
Go
minute,
at
wait a
it,
minute, wait a
okay?
minute.
You were just talking about how there wasn't enough like representation in your community, Stardust. So like you know, I see your tweets.
Yeah, go at it. Go hard.
oh.
Fucking bring her down, dude. Like,
You know what?
fucking
Hold on.
throw
Hold on.
down.
Even when people
Look,
are like
I
on
try not
Stardust's side, they're still yelling at
explode,
Stardust.
I try not to explode people if I don't need to, you know. So
She
so
called
yeah,
you. She
so-
called. She literally called you like a
No, hold
dumb.
on.
Like, you're allowed to. It's your fucking American right, you know.
I know.
To beat her though without calling her a racist.
I know, but
that
you know,
does-
you know
that does
what would
give you a
happen
little
if I
bit
did
more,
actually call her, if I actually called her racist, even if I
credibility.
don't think she's
But it's
racist.
true.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
Like,
You don't have
you're
to
not
pearl
guessing.
clutch.
Yeah.
You don't have to go
Everybody would
ballistic.
be like, "Oh, how could you call her that?" So you know,
They'll just say you're
yeah.
racist.
How could you call her that? Then fucking play the clip and be like, listen, I know you have a fucking second grade like comprehension on life, but that's literally the definition. Like, I don't understand. You gotta understand, why are you catering
You're
to that
gonna sell
audience?
this-
Her audience,
I'm not.
like, if
I'm
that-
not catering.
You're
I
gonna
just-
you're gonna sell the
way that
Quincy
she
NFT
is,
at round
if that's the
39
way that
before the
she is,
boss.
Imagine how fucking stupid the audience. Like,
she
motherfucker, they
have
must
an
be
audience?
embryos.
like again,
Go.
I talk to people who are like
Embryos.
who have been like way worse to me. So like in the grand scheme of things, like it doesn't seem worth it to like.
I'm not
exploit
saying
somebody
you blow up on her. Laugh at her. Like, I laugh at fucking, retards all the time. And I feel
yeah,
good
that's
about it.
Very big.
That's
I
what
feel
I do, and
great
I
about
think
that
it's-
shit.
I have a lot of fun calling people fat whores. I think it's hilarious. But
Why you gotta be fat phobic? What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, there's
Jesus.
no, you know, yeah, we're not
Yeah,
a
that's
fat
the- that's
Wait,
the
phobic.
call her
corporation.
a racist
What
fullback.
What
That's
the
even
hell?
funnier.
Yeah, it's like a
man.
fucking math equation. You're canceling shit out
Anyways.
there, but like,
Yeah, we just multiplied by a negative or something.
I just
yeah,
looked this
so-
girl
Wizard
up and
Monkey
holy
here,
fuck, man!
and I'm going for
I'm surprised you
a
should fucking
0.020.
make her a regular feature on your.
Oh, I fucked up and I let this go. Oh
Yeah,
well.
this is like
Let's
a,
start
I
going.
like
man.
I like
Here we go.
arguing with people I feel like can take it a little bit better. So I don't feel.
no.
like
See,
people
this
take
is
it
this
very
is this
well.
is my rule on the. If you made an account on a site and you're talking shit, you should be able to take as much shit as possible right back.
You should make
Like,
a video called
there
Jessica
is no-
Fizzle is the female quantum TV.
There is no punching up or down. There's no punching up or down, in my opinion. I remember like this Boogie because he mentioned the punching up and down, and I was like, "How is this punching up or down?" It's like we're both in the public sphere, okay? Like, I'm sorry, you can
Well,
shit on
it's
me as
because
much as I shit on.
you're more successful than him. So his argument is that you're punching down on him.
It doesn't
Yeah.
fucking matter. I didn't.
You're
choose
right.
To,
You're
I didn't choose
right.
To fail.
You're right, but
I
that's
didn't
his
play
like
to fail,
bullshit
what the
argument.
fuck?
That's his like bullshit like victim complex argument that he's making when he says
That's
punching.
what everybody said about Gabby Hansen.
I love it when fucking large creators like try to shit on me because every time I come out on the top, like with the Deaf Noodles thing, 100%.
Oh yeah, I mean, can Deaf Noodles really like
Noodles,
successfully
stop
call out
breathing into your
anyone? I
mic,
mean, that
bro.
guy's
Sorry.
clinically retarded.
Look,
God.
I'm happy just
Sorry,
making more
Twitch, my
people
bad.
mad. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
No, it was Stardust. Do you do politics? Is that your thing?
Yeah.
That is my thing, yeah.
Dude, why not do something fun? Like, it has to be
I find this
exhausting.
fun! I like arguing with people! What the fuck?
Dude,
Well,
hold on,
Nick, you just didn't
know
think it
what I
was
get to
fun because it
argue
was
about
a
all day?
horrible conversation we had before.
I get to argue
Yeah, that
about
wasn't
fucking
fun.
John Swan, like writing a
No,
Google
that-
doc.
hell yeah, dude.
I will
get to-
acknowledge the conversation we had before was
It was
not
a little
the best.
all over the place. I'll say that much.
Yeah, it
You
was,
know,
it was,
do
it was
fun
very
shit.
much
You know,
all
it
over
doesn't
the
have to
place.
be the serious, goofy.
Dude, every
crazy
question,
politics.
it would be like, so, Papa God, what did you have for lunch today? And Doobie would be like, oh, really? Oh, okay. All right.
Okay,
what if
so
I
you like
just
to groom
jacked off
kids?
right now in front of a child?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Bro, the statistics that they were throwing out were insane. This idea that 90% of people diagnosed with gender dysphoria detransition was fucking
Yeah,
wild.
that was wild.
90%? Oh, that what?
Yeah, I was like,
Who makes those fucking percentages? Like,
Yeah,
where's the
did
source
you
on
write
that?
he does.
80% of
find that out on a
statistics
kill
were made up on the
stream?
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, generally the streams are
Ethan-
usually not that, but you know, but
Ethan Rolfe gave me shit for being vaccinated, and I laughed. I'm like, bro, it's not the vaccine that's gonna kill you.
Fucking
Rolfe.
own, dude. You
I
fucking,
don't know what
dude, he
else to
fucking
do,
exposed
Willie.
you.
That's essentially
Dude.
that's like this is it. This is like I don't know what else to do. I'm not good at very much. So
So
you
you
know,
don't sell yourself
I-
short like that. Come on.
Well, no, keep what you're
Well,
enjoying.
no,
If you
I mean,
enjoy
like-
it, do the politics. You know, I do some politics sometimes, but like I talk about YouTube bullshit like through a political lens a lot. Like we talk a lot about
know
trans
that
bullshit and
there's
stuff.
much-
Up
There's-
a
I don't
gut,
feel
you
like
aren't
there's
that
much I can, like-
scary.
What
when
happened?
You talk in your videos, but the one that does freak me out is when your wife comes in and she just starts beating the person's ass you're talking about. Is the
Oh, my wife is a fucking she's
wife
a
is
she's
so
a bro.
savage.
If I made a video about what she said about Deaf Noodles after that thing, it would have been fucking insane. The things that she says about all the people that I beef with. She's a fucking like she's I love her to death. Like she's incredible. She fucking
One of
shits
the
on people.
times you're just sitting there and you're like, yeah, you know, and you're trying to understand. Maybe it was like you got in an argument with Keem or with
Yeah.
Ethan or whatever. I forget, right? And she just comes in. She's like, you know what? No, fuck that guy. I would fuck him up. And I'm like, this is crazy.
It's fucking awesome.
yeah, dude.
That's why she does her job and I do mine. You know.
It's so funny, dude.
You know, she's smarter than me anyway because she's a.
Destroy Keemstar, dude.
I'm gonna leave. It's been fun talking to everybody. Muda, that video you made, I just watched it again like a couple days ago about the comet the size of a giraffe going to hit Earth. One of the funniest videos I've ever seen, bro. Me and my girlfriend still fucking reference that shit.
Thanks, man.
Deuces.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably end it here. I'm getting a little tired.
All right. Well, there you go. That was
Thank
a
you guys all for hanging out tonight, though. It's been a lot of fun.
very cool,
Hell
very
yeah.
cool stream. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Papa Gut, I didn't talk to you before, but yeah, good
Yeah,
to meet
no,
you and
hey,
Stardust as well.
good to meet you too, man.
Nice to
when
meet
when you
all.
said that we're gonna have an Act Man panel tonight, did you expect Act Man to be on the?
Me? I was. We're talking about me or.
Yeah.
I was just like, we were in that conversation, and then I was like, yeah, let's do like because you guys were talking about it a little bit or something, and I was like, yeah, let's do an Act Man. I had no idea anybody was gonna show up. I didn't expect like everybody here to be like. I was like, holy fuck, that's not what I was expecting.
Take care, guys. I'm gonna head out.
Take care, man. Have a good
Alright,
one.
see you later.
Good night, everybody.
See ya.
Hey, but I can't
Thanks
complain.
for having me.
Oh,
Very interesting. My first interaction with you guys. Very cool.
Also, yeah, nice meeting you.
Dude, you talked so much shit about this motherfucker, and then you're like,
Hell
good
yeah,
meeting
bro.
him.
But he was chill, so.
Who?
Dude, he's like, he talks.
Wait.
fucking hates
Or
your
like,
content,
I
bro.
have to hate Papa Gut.
Oh,
because
me.
I am a long form content creator, and he is a React channel.
Listen,
and
listen.
We oppose each other.
I cannot wait to watch your new video on Papa Gut's channel. It's gonna be fucking
you.
great.
Oh, do you have a video coming out about my channel?
No.
Oh,
it
that's
means like the
unfortunate.
next video I upload, you'll probably.
I think I've watched like one or two of your videos. I don't know if I watch a whole lot of them.
I think
That's-
the most
that's
you
a-
watch
that
me
is
on
a
other
whole lot
people's
of them.
channels. You've
That's
watched.
like
To be
50%.
fair,
I think
only upload a
Keem.
few
I think I watched
times.
Keemstar's video about the Dave Portnoy thing. I think I watched, right?
Yeah, I think you saw the Kiwis one, that one, and I think the Tom one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. That makes sense. Well, listen. I mean, you probably would say whatever you say in private. I don't care about that. I mean, that's private. Everybody is entitled to their shit.
Oh, I talk hella shit in public too.
Oh, I thought I saw one thing in public, the whole like the leftist cuck thing, and then after
Wait,
that, you called me out because they didn't like have the video thing, and then that's all I've seen. And then after you're like, oh, I guess maybe Papa's not so bad, and I was like, okay,
Yeah, I think I cooled off my take after that. Was like.
Oh, see, I didn't start using Twitter. I don't usually use Twitter, so I guess you must have said a lot of fun stuff about me. Which I don't care
All
about.
right,
It's fine.
peace out, guys. Bye.
It is what it is, man. I'm not fucking offended by it. Like, you do your thing, man.
You're pretty chill. This was a fun time.
Yeah, it was nice.
I'm off to bed though. Good night, everybody. Good night, chat, and have a good one.
Take care, brother.
Yeah.
Is he gone? Fuck that guy. No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck that retard.
Oh my god, you guys are you guys are gonna give me a fucking.
Still?
Oh yeah, I'm on Twitch. Yeah, I think.
That's not even that bad of a
on
word.
YouTube
Twitch
right
needs to
now.
line up.
It's not that bad. No. I try to keep it PG. I try not to use the pro gamer R slur personally. Mostly because my wife is a behavioral specialist with like adults with disabilities, and like that's a that's a whole conversation to have.
Yeah, I mean, if a particular person doesn't like that word, I won't use it.
Well, that's okay.
Well,
I
I'll
see it
you
as like a
later.
general insult rather than like a specific one.
No, I know. I get it. I understand the whole. I get it. I used to be pretty edgy myself here.
I don't even know if that word's that edgy though.
I think okay, if we really want to get into the conversation, it's one of those things where it's like when it comes to any other slur, most people won't say it publicly at the very least. And it feels like the reason why people will use the R slur in public is because they don't necessarily care about like the community that it targets. And I know, like, I don't know if it was a joke. I think you have autism, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, but like I know a lot of like people. Well, so my wife works with adults with disabilities, so like there's a lot of people there. Like a lot of people with Down syndrome, and for lack of a better term, like low functioning autism. I guess people who
there's like two pillars to it. Like like non-verbal and then high functioning.
Yeah.
Two different diagnoses.
Yeah, honestly. Well, I know everything's on a spectrum now because like they changed the rules so that it's easier to get insurance, whatever bullshit history lesson. But but like, and there's a lot of people who are like, I really don't like the word. And so it feels, those people don't usually get listened to by anybody, like people that are typically not like super functioning. So I try not to, I mean, listen, every once in a while I slip, but I try not to use it too much just to try to normalize not, going a little too crazy. But if other people do, I get it. I'm not like shitting myself over it.
I mean, when I hear, like, as I grew up hearing the word, I always heard it used in a context to just call someone being stupid rather than, someone with a disability. So I just see it as, like, comparable to, like, idiot or silly, but I probably will weed it out of my vocabulary eventually. I don't...
Well, I used to see this the same way. Like, I'm older, too, so, like, I try not to be like a fucking asshole. I used to see it the same way too. Like, it's just I'm trying to be better and less, I guess, judgmental. I'm trying to be a little less I'm trying to be a little more palatable, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to. Sometimes it slips out in my real life. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect.
Like if we compare it to other slurs like N slur, F slur, I feel like those words are, especially the N slur, are used most often to specifically target the people that it represents. But with the R slur, it feels like that. I don't know if I've heard really that many people, if anybody at all, use that word in a way to target specifically someone for being Down syndrome or what have you.
Yeah, very, very rarely. I know exactly what you're talking about. Absolutely. It's very rare that people will specifically use it to...
But, But if people use that word in that way, I am heavily against that, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want... And if people have had that word used against them in that way in the past, and then me generally using that word, kind of brings back bad memories and connotation of that incident, then I will not use it around them either, because I can understand how that word has been used in that way towards them. But
yeah, I totally get that.
It's kind of like how it sounds. So
okay. I mean, I guess so. Yeah, that's funny. I feel you on that one. It's a fun word. It's like one of like the angriest words you could use. You know what I mean? It's like it's one of the only acceptable edgy words left, I guess you'd say, at this point.
Imbecile might be a good replacement, though.
It's not bad. I feel like people like the fact that like it's super loaded, like, when they use it.
Yeah.
So I think it's just us left in here, man. If you want to dodge out, you don't have to feel like.
No, I mean, I was only in here for like 10 minutes at the end, so I can chill and talk.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
Left to do.
I'm playing balloons right now because people asked me to do a guide on like how to beat the boss this week.
Nice.
So
Do
that's
your
what
streams do well? Like, how many viewers do you typically have?
I probably like 150 to 200. My streams don't do
pretty good.
that well. They do okay. Like they do. I'm not like upset about it. Usually like YouTube is a little better.
Yeah.
You know, YouTube usually does a little better.
Yeah. I mean, my Twitch streams do like 30 to 60, so
That's still good, man. That's still good.
Yeah, it's good to have like a good consistent chat going. I mean, back in the day, sometimes I'd have like 1 viewer, like 3 viewers or something like that. So it's like, I know kind of what that difference is, and it's nice to have a ongoing chat.
Oh yeah, it's not. I usually like it a little slower. A lot of times I try to respond to the chat. So it's always nice when like it's a little bit. Oh, I just fucked up. It's nice when it's a little bit slower, so it gets easier to respond to people accordingly.
Exactly, because once it gets to a certain amount, I'd say like maybe 300 or more, and if the chat's active, like it gets to a point where you're just doing a live video at that point. You can't interact with chat really.
Yeah, no, for real. It gets a little too crowded. So it's nice to. I mean, I wouldn't be against having a large following, but it's still nice to get like a little more intimate with your chat and be able to talk and have their input. And sometimes they give out like they say funny shit, and then I can say it in the video, and it adds to the experience a lot of the time. So I don't mind it at all. Definitely always be worse.
Yeah. Shout out to the Papa Gutters, dude.
Exactly. I'm surprised people are hanging out there. I had more. I did because we did a. So Nick and I were in a chat, a conversation with like Stardust before. She was moderating like a debate about taking your kids to Pride, and so I had like 250 viewers then. But then I got off the stream, and then I came back on and never like sent out the announcement correctly. So I think that's one of the reasons why not a whole lot of people saw it. But which is I don't really care. Like honestly, like it doesn't matter. YouTube's usually where I make more of my money anyway. So
yeah, I like tuned into that podcast for like 2 seconds, and then they said something like, I don't know, about like trans kids or some shit, and I'm like, okay.
it went all over the place. It was crazy. It really got a little bit out of hand. So I was like, what the fuck's happening right now? But it was okay. It was still kind of fun. You know, it could have been more.
Nick posted a quote of it on Twitter that made me go like, what the fuck?
See, that's a good idea to go on there. What did he say? What was he saying? Because he came into my Twitch chat. He's like, what the fuck is happening? I'm like, I don't fucking know. It's going crazy in here.
Let me see if I can find that tweet. There's something Stardust said. This man tweets way too far. Or did he delete it?
Yeah, the debate was earlier today. Yeah. I'll put it up on YouTube and stuff. But I think it probably had something to do with the guy who was like cosplaying as a frog or whatever the fuck, complaining about that. That guy was fucking wild, man.
It was something along the lines of like, is it okay to jack off to kids if they're asleep or something?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. So the guy, the frog costume guy, I'll call him. He asked that question. It was bizarre because, dude, it's like a whole thing. But we're just talking about like what it means for something to be sexualized or not. So I was like, well, what was sexualized about the drag show? I was just curious what he thought. And he was like, oh, okay. So everything, we have to question everything. So is it okay to jerk off in front of kids? I'm like, what? No, why? It was like this whole bizarre thing.
It just goes immediately to the most extreme example.
Oh yeah, bro.
Vaguely.
All the time, bro. They were comparing. Drag to blackface. It was so bizarre. I was so confused.
Nice.
It was crazy, man. It was a crazy conversation. Some of the guys on there are a little lost in the sauce, you know.
Yeah, that must have made for good entertainment.
I'm sure for somebody.
Yeah, like holy shit. Jesus. Does Boblax know the Papa Gut TikTok lore? No, I don't.
Oh, do you know? Oh, does anybody even know that I used to be like really big on TikTok, or is that?
I don't use TikTok.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, no, there's a whole. I used to have about 2.5 million followers on TikTok, and I was verified.
Nice.
And
what happened to that?
It's like a whole thing. So basically, the short of the story is that TikTok changed its community guidelines and I made edgier content. So like 30 of my videos instantly got taken down. I was able to log in, but I was banned. It was so weird. And so I saw like 30 of my videos from like months ago were taken down. And yeah, I got fucked. The long of the story is like I used to do commentary content. I did a lot of political commentary, especially during, you know, with everybody staying at home for COVID and whatnot. It was obviously a very politically charged time. And I got big doing commentary. People like my commentary, my videos like would blow up. When Trump lost, I kind of switched away from commentary because it was kind of fucking boring, you know? Like I was like, okay, I'd start doing more like YouTube stuff. I was like a little more interested, you know, with the Ethans and the Keemstars and all that stuff. And so I started changing that. But people were like really upset with some of my when I switched, people got kind of upset with some of my jokes. And then eventually I made a joke trying to call out a potential child diddler, right? So there was this guy, Andre Lopez. He allegedly at 23 slept with the 14-year-old. There was some credible evidence. There was a phone call conversation where like it was supposedly he was apologizing. His girlfriend left him, and she was also like a large influencer. So there was like a lot. There was a lot going on there. And so when that happened, if the joke was she's old enough to bleed, she's old enough to breed, and then I said thank you very much, Andre Lopez, but you know people cut it out, the last part out, or they didn't hear it, or whatever, and then like you know people started to really hate me after that. It's a whole fucking thing. It went off the rails, honestly. So yeah, eventually I got my channel taken down, and now I'm on YouTube, and I don't really go back to TikTok because I get people still don't like me, and they'll try to snipe me. So I have like a smaller account, like with like 200,000 followers, but I don't do much on it because it's just not worth it, and it doesn't pay anyway, so it doesn't really matter, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Well, it seems like you're doing well on like YouTube and stuff. So
Yeah, I'm happy here, man. I'm hoping that I have like a blow up moment eventually. You know, I've gotten close. Like I started getting a lot of traction when I was talking about Trisha Paytas, but then like I got bored of it because the bullshit ended. So everybody wants you to keep talking about it. That's why there's still channels talking about it. Then with the Deaf Noodles thing and the EB family, like defending that the young man Killick. Then when I defended Gideon, like Gideon reached out to me, you know, but like it hasn't ever popped off, you know. But it is what it is. That's the landscape, you know.
yeah,
And
a lot of people. I mean, most people have like a pop off moment, but there's a lot of creators who just like gradually grow, like you. And
yeah,
most of my growths have been gradual as well. So
yeah. I'm trying to be like more consistent. I feel like I'm trying a new thing every day, and like I'm doing like slight changes to the channel that might be putting people off a little bit. So
innovation's good.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be. I think I figured out what I want to do. Like I was cutting up like different clips from my stream and putting them on my main channel, and I have an alt channel now, which is doing decently. And so now I've decided to just put my stream up slightly edited on the main channel, just clips on the alt channel, and I'm gonna just kind of move forward and potentially look for like another avenue to do something else through. Something along those lines.
Nice.
That's it, man. What about you? How's everything been going on with you?
Pretty good. I'm just continuing to do what I do, and it does well. There's nothing that's been like blowing up or what have you, but it's just consistently just continuing to read tweets, and it does well for me. So
that's good, honestly. I mean, those tweet videos are great. Like you catalog a lot of shit. I mean, I know I'm a fucking a React dandy. I know a lot of people say that. But it is really good. It's obviously very helpful.
Yeah, I'm fine with you being a React Andy.
Yeah, I understand why people get bothered by it. I totally get it. Like I'm not stupid. I get it that it's generally easier to do. I like to think that at the very least I put a lot of effort into the commentary I do, in a way where people will at least be like, okay, I get it, you know. So that's the only thing I try to differentiate.
I'm past the point of caring that content with low effort can get a lot of views. Like I don't care. Like if someone gets a lot of views on like content that they could make in like 30 minutes, I don't care. Like I'm not like mad or jealous or annoyed that they had low effort content and I made higher effort content and had lower viewership. It's just
just the way it is. I think a part of it too. Part of it for them is like, oh, but you do low effort content in the context of like, you know, this. You know what I mean? Like they're seeing it's not just low effort. It's like I'm watching someone else's video. So I get it, because I know there's other people who do low effort-ish content as well. But I think the views generally reflect it. I don't know how many the big content, like the commentary people, like Asmongold and Moist Critical, they aren't big for reactions to videos. You know what I mean? They're big for their own content, which obviously, I guess I don't know what people usually call him, but Charlie, Moist Critical, whatever people usually call him, formally. Like, he does commentary, but it's not usually react shit. So, like, I know that kind of happens, and that's why I'm looking for, like, maybe, like, an alternative avenue to, like, oh, what could I do that would cause, like, a little bit of a pop-off? Something a little bit more to myself. Because I used to be the TikTok guy, so people would join in, or I could put a clip on my TikTok, and I get, like, a few 100,000 views, and then, you know, more people would watch. Now I'm kind of just, like, chilling, so, you know, we'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah, I need to figure that out too, since my content is very much... It's hard to inject my personality into the format I have. It's like borderline impossible, outside of reading stuff in a funny way. So I'm trying to like make more interjections in the videos and make other types of videos as well.
Yeah, like put your opinion in there, right?
Yeah. Or... Yeah, usually like at the end, or like make a comment on something or what have you. Because... I don't know, I still think that, like, I don't always make the Twitter reading videos, but that's the bulk of what I do, and when I do those videos, I do think it's very important to show everything raw without much input from me to influence anyone's opinion until, like, the very end, because it kind of goes against the point of that type of content. It's just to have, like, a raw, condensed version of what's going on without any... poisoning of the well.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a good way to be like objective about the content. It gives people like a less biased lens. I 100% agree with that. I think that that's like that's a really good aspect of the way that you do content. That's one of the things I appreciate. But you shouldn't like you know, if you want to do something different, like adding like more of your commentary into it, it's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah, and I have done that, but I make it like very clear when it is or isn't my opinion, because I don't know, there's nobody else who does that type of content, like the cataloging of like a drama and like the facts of everything. No one really does it in the exact same way I do, so I feel like if I start injecting my opinion like too much to the point where it becomes a commentary video, then, you know, I'm losing the point of why I made it in the first place, right?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but I do occasionally do commentary videos as well, and I try to make it clear that's my opinion, but sometimes I get comments on those videos like, you put too much of your opinion on this. I think you're a little biased in this video. I'm
Bro,
like,
it happens all the time. You know what it is? It's because you got your audience is used to you not doing that, so now when you do it, they're like, what the? And there's not even that many people who think that way. But the most annoying people, well, or the greatest people, are the ones that comment. You know, and so like a lot of times people watching like, oh, okay, and they don't really take it. They don't like have a fucking meltdown over it. You know, like some people who do.
My favorite comments are when this happens literally every day. You know, I cover a lot of Keemstar versus Ethan.
Yeah.
So I get comments back to back that's like, stop sucking Ethan's dick. Stop sucking Keemstar's dick. You're so biased against Keemstar. You're so biased against Ethan. It's like back to back from different people of saying I'm like 100% for one camp or the other.
Yeah,
like people were going crazy that I was defending Ethan slightly on the NRA comment, and I'm just like,
yeah, I know what you mean. People are like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, I know exactly what you're saying. That's you know, that happens to me sometimes too. I'm trying to actually like take a more on like, I don't know. When I used to make videos, I used to put like titles that weren't it was like, here's what we're talking about, and I wouldn't give you any information in the title. You know, people are like, oh, so and so gets owned by such. I used to just do very like basic, you know. And then lately, I've been kind of doing that more. So, and I feel like, I don't know, people are responding poorly. They don't like that, you know. They don't like it when you're too much of like, oh, because the title says you don't. Like when I did my Ethan thing where he came back, I defended Ethan too, and in the sense that I think it was an edgy joke that went too far. I don't think that he actually meant to call violence. But I made the title like, oh, Ethan doubles down. So I was like, okay, what the fuck am I doing? I need to be like a little bit more objective about my title so that people don't get all like fucking, you know, a little bit crazy, a little kooky, you know?
Yeah. Dude, that situation, I got so annoyed with people in the comments on that particular situation because my take was that like, he deserved the strike that he got, but he doesn't deserve any further punishment. He doesn't deserve to be investigated by the law, and he doesn't deserve channel termination. Everyone's like, you're defending Ethan. I can't believe you're defending Ethan. How am I defending him? I said he should have got striked, and what he said was stupid, but he shouldn't be completely terminated. And apparently that's defending him. So.
Yeah, that's too. Yeah, no, people. I know Keemstar's out for blood, you know, and he's
Oh, he is.
He's out for fucking blood, man. He's something else. Because my mistake was that when I commented on Twitter and I said he was like either an idiot or dishonest, and like that really triggered the fuck out of him, and he was on like a campaign against me, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But you know, I should have been nicer about it because we talked about it today at the beginning of the stream a little bit. But yeah, man, he's on. It doesn't like, man. He's just everything is very like today. We were busting his balls because it's like Ethan every other sentence. Like when it comes to Act Man, well, it's like, yeah, but look, the way that they treat Ethan, it's like, okay, like I get that, but like let's talk about the fucking Act Man, you know?
Yeah, literally. He has so much anger and passion towards Ethan that I don't even want to say anything positive about Ethan in Keemstar's vicinity, or else he'll just go fucking like, he'll just get really mad.
He'll get a little ape mode. I still, I don't care. I still do it because you know what? You know, he's a big boy. He takes it. You know. He busts his balls about it. It is what it is. Yeah, he's just fucking something, man. The whole puppet thing he doesn't stop talking about. I guess Ethan pretended to fuck a Keemstar puppet or something, and that became a whole thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I have no idea what he's talking about, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's just that like I don't always want to argue with him live about it because it's like the Keemstar versus Ethan thing is so nuanced because it's like a feud that's gone on for like half a decade, and there's certain there's certain things that I in a vacuum, like certain scenarios within the drama where I agree with Ethan and others where I agree with Keem, and it's gone on for so long that it's like I don't know. It's just
yeah, no. And then every other time there's a controversy, like one of them is more justified than the other. Like that's how it always seems to pan out. Like in this one, I think Ethan, with the joke thing, I don't think that he should have got permanently banned. So I'll generally side with Ethan there. You know, I thought it was a really edgy joke, and maybe that's just because I laughed at it, which I know is fucked up. But I thought it was a really edgy joke, and it came from a place where like it came from a place of general frustration with like the shooting. But then like the last situation was there was this whole thing. It's like I don't know, it's weirdly complicated, but Hassan like was speaking in a way that Gideon felt was condescending and disrespectful about like a review video, and I covered it, and like I felt the same way. Like genuinely, the first thing Hassan talks about right off the bat, he's like, "Oh, I hope he's just gonna whitewash this," and it's like, gee, you're already starting with like the here's a black guy performing for like white people. That's kind of where I got it. And so then Ethan didn't even watch the video and just like, oh, okay, I agree with you know, I agree with Hassan, and it's like, well, what the fuck, you know? And so like that's somewhere I disagree. Obviously, where he did like the false rape accusations against Fresh and Fit is.
That was really
horrible.
Bad.
That was
bad.
Was
so bad.
That was so really bad. That was the worst, honestly, because I watched it. Then I watched the entire 6-hour Fresh and Fit thing. Like I didn't watch it on stream because they DMC the fuck out of everybody, but I watched it and I reported on it. It's like, yeah, man, like they had proof that like she wanted to be there. You know, she was happy when she was like, I was disgusted by him. I didn't want to be there. Blah, blah. She wanted to be there. She wanted to hang out. And then he was a dickhead and made like inappropriate comments about her body, and then it like bothered her, triggered her, which is understandable. And then she kind of came on here and do this like expose thing, and Ethan kind of used that as an excuse to try to call him some kind of you know.
It felt like the girl was coming on to tell an exaggerated story to laugh at Fresh and Fit, but then Ethan took that exaggerated story and then exaggerated it further into making it an allegation when she didn't even want it to be an allegation.
Honestly, in his defense, I just think that he's very uneducated on hookup culture, and he might have actually thought that it was wrong.
Yeah, I think he genuinely believed it was wrong, but he's still stupid as fuck.
Yeah, I think he genuinely believed that like he put her in a situation where like she was like, you know, but it's casual, you know, she went home with him after 5.
I don't think Ethan's as intentionally malicious as people make him out to be, but that's just kind of my gut instinct. I don't know if that's the case or not. I don't have any like proof of that, but honestly, I feel like he's not as intentionally evil as people think he is. But
no, you know what, you're probably right. I think that it just depends on the topic, and then he becomes like more outspoken. Like Keemstar, I feel like you can make an argument. I don't know if you call it maliciousness or a vendetta, because they both have the same vendetta back at each other.
Oh yeah, they both have vendettas for sure.
Yeah, you can make that argument like in that case. So Yeah, I don't think he's a horrible guy. I just think that sometimes he just shouldn't get into social justice issues or stuff
He
like
really
that.
shouldn't. But that's all he gets into now. So it's like
Yeah.
he's making a mistake every 2 seconds. Like 50% of drama stories is just Ethan Klein fucking up.
Yeah, he's old. He's old now though. That's what happens. You just start talking about shit. You know, you start getting old and you start talking about shit, and that's pretty much what it boils down to.
The issue with
Hey, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it.
Is that they're both extremely
Enemy
stubborn
avatar
in
one
their
just
point of
Yeah,
view.
they are.
And they both have huge vendettas, and they're both really petty when it comes to those vendettas.
I also
I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I also think that they think that the other one is the worst thing that's ever happened to YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Ethan thinks Keem's a danger to the platform and should be removed, and then vice versa. And it's like,
Oh, absolutely.
Keem's done a bunch of bad things, but he isn't literally like.
Hey, what's up? It's nice to
Hitler,
meet you.
Which is kind of how Ethan treats him, like the boogeyman. Like he always says he's like the worst person ever. It's like you've covered worse people than Keemstar on your show. Ethan.
Oh yeah. Keemstar is an interesting guy. I don't think he means bad. I think that sometimes though he does misspeak and he's stubborn, like you said. Like I still want to press him on the whole like joking about you know, taking the dick out of your mouth kind of a thing. You know, hopefully to have like a positive impact on like his fans so that they realize what he said was very problematic. But you know, time will tell. He seems reasonably open to criticism, except for when he's being super fucking stubborn.
Yeah, he's open to criticism, but you have to fight him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You have to be aggressive.
And you'll never win if it's about Ethan.
Yeah, which with my personality, I'm just not as good at doing, which is why I try to avoid confrontation with Keem. I won't lie. I won't ever like say something that I don't believe in order to make him not mad, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to.
Oh yeah, it's
confrontational with him because that's just not. I'm just not as good at that, I suppose.
well, yeah, he's like your fucking like your granddad at the fucking. He's like your granddad at a party where he's just like very stubborn, you know. He's a typical, you know.
Exactly, yeah.
I guess I'm like that too because I'm getting older now, and so I guess that's why it works. The two of us just fucking batting heads and shit. That makes sense. He was talking about doing a podcast at one point, and I was like, he mentioned potentially me being part of it, which would be cool, man. That would be very interesting.
That'd be interesting.
But you never know. Maybe he's just jerking me off to try to make me like him. You never know.
Well, Keem has a lot of ideas that he never follows through with, but he does follow through with some ideas. But he's a very idea-oriented person. Like he's suggested and even announced a bunch of products that he like never ends up doing or projects. Like there's like at least like 5 gnome games on the store that say coming soon, and he like announced them like 5 years ago and never followed through.
Oh, what did he make those games or something?
No, or he helped he hired a developer to make it, like Gnome Lake and Gnome Mancer and stuff like that.
Oh wow! So he's really been
and just like a lot of he's like been part of a lot of podcasts and like suggested a lot of podcasts that never ended up going through and stuff. So.
Oh, interesting. It is what it is. It's nice to
He's
think.
always doing a lot of things.
Yeah, it makes sense. I took it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But that'd be always something. Would be cool. Yeah, he's an interesting guy. I'd like to be able to talk to Ethan about something, but I don't think he's open to
I'd
talking.
love to talk to Ethan.
I don't think he's open to talking to anybody about anything, man. Like that's I think a problem is he just doesn't really.
That is something I like more about Keem than Ethan. Is Keem will talk to anybody, and willing to fight out his ideas with anybody. Ethan is more.
He's a bit closed off, which I get it, but that's the thing is it's because it comes from the motivation of like, it's not going to be like beneficial to Ethan to talk to somebody about things that he may have done wrong. Or different interpretation. Like it's not necessarily, it's not like business beneficial from him. He's better off that he
exactly
double for Keemstar. Like it probably isn't good for him, but it doesn't like it's not like bad for him. I think he just likes to fight a little bit. Part of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know, but hey, listen, it works out.
We need someone one day. Keemstar and Ethan need to be on a live stream and argue it out. It has not happened in the last 5 years. I don't think it will ever happen, but. That just needs to happen. I can't. It's so fucking dumb that it happens.
I mean, it's the only time I feel like it would happen is like when we get to a point where Ethan to an extent, like kind of falls off, if that makes sense. Where he's like, "Fuck it, I'll go and I'll talk because I don't have anything to gain or lose right now," you know. But right now, he would never do it because, like, he doesn't, you know, it's not going to look good for his person. And then reuniting with Keemstar isn't, or, you know, being on reasonable terms with Keemstar isn't going to benefit him either. So.
No, it wouldn't even be on reasonable terms. They don't even have to do it in real life. They could just, like, get in a Discord call and start screaming at each other.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be funny for sure.
Yeah.
It'd be something.
I don't know if it'll ever happen. Call in an H3 show. I don't think that'd work.
He said call in. Oh yeah, he doesn't really talk to. I tried calling in one time a while ago, and he doesn't really. He won't. That's the thing, is he won't really answer. I don't think, unless you're another content creator, unless you're like a big enough for it, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
That's pretty much but it is what it is, man. He's doing his thing, so what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? All right, let me get out of here. I'm gonna end the stream. Perfect timing.
All right.
I mean, it was nice talking to you. I've never
nice talking to you too.
I've never talked to any of you guys. Hopefully, you know, there's a more consistent chatting and stuff. That'll be pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
That'll be fun. It's interesting being part of like I haven't really been part of any community in like over a year. Like since the whole TikTok thing. So it's like interesting to, you know, chat around.
Hell yeah, I like talking to you.
I like talking to you too, man. It's pretty cool.
All right, have a good night.
Take care, man. Have a good one. All right, cool stuff. Did that help? Hopefully that helped. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have been a little bit more active in chat. You didn't know, so sorry. I'm sorry if I didn't help too much. You want me to rate somebody else? I want to rate Chubby Panda. He's a cool guy. Did I do things a little too fast? Is that what the problem was? Maybe that was what the problem was. Oh, what are you gonna do? I'm sorry, brother. You should go on after hours. Maybe. I mean, whatever, man. It sounds like it'd be pretty cool. All right, let me get out of here. I'm supposed to hang out with my wife tonight. I haven't Dude, you know what sucks? I'm gonna bitch about this now. I haven't been able to hang out with my fucking wife because she's been working so much, bro. She works 6 days a week, every fucking week. And today was gonna be the night, and then I did this debate panel, which was cool. I'm happy I did it. You don't get Paragons. Do you have access to Paragon Towers yet? But I'm like, you know, hopefully she'll be done soon. Next week she's off Monday, which is weird. She's off for Juneteenth, which is bizarre because she's white. It's all good, man. I came on late for like conversational like content. Only the ninja. So you only have, okay, so that makes it a little difficult. Yeah, that makes it difficult. So do you need to farm the XP for it? Like, is that the problem that you're having? Because for the normal challenge, you could probably get away with not having a Paragon Tower. You know, you could probably get away with it. The way I did mine was like as fast as possible for there's like a speeding, like a quick event. I did it for that. So, what's the best I think it's subjective. I personally think that the Buccaneer one is the best. Oh, so you just started? Yeah. I would farm out some stuff. So the way that XP works in the game for leveling up towers is it's based on how often the boss events. There's probably like usually the boss events last like depends on lately they've been like 3 or 4 days, and then they go away for a couple days and then they come back for another 3 or 4 days. You know, for me when they were first happening, I honestly would fail all of them. It took me a while to like research it and do it. To farm up XP for your Paragon Towers for normal mode, honestly, getting the dart one is like probably all you really need. The way that the XP works is that you put in, it's based on the towers that are put down, the cost of them, right? So like if you spend, let's say you have $10,000 worth of towers down in a game. If $8,000 worth of those towers are dart monkeys, 80% of the XP gained is going to be for those dart monkeys. The heroes don't count. So like usually it doesn't matter if they do damage. You just want to put as many like we want to put a bunch down for that. after games end, I believe XP drops. So you don't want to play a game. You don't want to like go do overtime to get XP. I think it drops to like 20% acquisition. So it's like horrible. So that's generally how it works, more than anything else. You know, it might take you a little bit to farm up a little bit of XP here and there. I could try, you know, I just don't know how to do them without paragons. Especially because this week is Lich, and you can't buff towers. You can't use an alchemist to buff towers or anything like that, because he'll eat the buff and he'll heal himself, which will really fuck you in the ass. Obviously, it'll really fucking stuff it up your ass. It gets brutal, bro. It gets fucking brutal. It's crazy, man. It is fucking crazy. Is Lich harder than Balloonarius? I find Lich easier. I like playing against Lich. The problem is if you just started and you don't have a whole lot of whatever join what? If you just started doing the game, the Lich might be the hardest boss for you to fight, because when you get him to his like marker, like you see the top his marker, he releases like his other balloon person, and that other balloon person starts sapping lives from you. And so like with the monkey knowledge that I have under the magic tree here, it gives me a 25 shield that will recharge if I don't take damage for a round. I don't know what Cozy TV is. And then also here under the support tree, marketplaces get 1 life per round. So a marketplace is, I'll just show you because all the names confuse me. I don't know if they confuse you. This is a marketplace. And so you can really farm lives a lot easier. And then I think central markets get 3 per round. So those make it a lot easier. Balloonarius, I think I hate it. Oh, Cozy's Nick Fuentes. I don't know. Maybe not. Probably not. I don't know if I'd want to be in super proximity to Nick Fuentes. But so, yeah. Those are things that honestly help a lot. You know, I think they're releasing an engineer monkey paragon, by the way, too. So that'll be an interesting thing. Is Cozy horrible to grow? I mean, I wouldn't give this up. Why would I want to give? I wouldn't give up like Twitch or anything or YouTube. You know, be a little sussy of me. Be a little bit suspicious of me. Anyway, more support towers. So yeah, man, but you'll get it eventually. It's very overwhelming at first. Don't ask me about these racing events. I'm fucking awful at them. But don't worry about it at first, honestly. It took me like a couple of weeks just to get like motivated to actually be able to do this shit. It's fucking it's nuts. There's quite a lot going on. So it took me a bit to like actually get to the point where I was like, oh, let me actually play this game and be okay at it. And I'm getting better at it, but it takes a while, man. It'll take you some time to get decent at the game. It took me a while, you know? They have access to all back-end info. Well, that sounds a little sussy, like a character from the popular hit video game Among Us. One thing that might be beneficial to you, though, is like what I do is I keybind things. So like my upgrade buttons are F1, 2, and 3 respectively. That's like the biggest. That's helped me more than like I think anything else. Let's see. What do I want to do here? Oh, I want to try to beat this fucking garbage. Is Ateen a good hero? You mean this guy? Yeah, you know, I think all the heroes can be good. When you're doing boss challenges, honestly, you really can, unless they're banned for the week, like Benjamin's been banned for the past few weeks, which is a little annoying. Unless they're banned, though, you want to go with Benjamin more than anything else, because he's probably the best hero for this this shit. Honestly, he really is. He helps. He gives you the ability to farm, which is like really important and very powerful. Obviously, he gives you the ability to farm much better. I'm gonna lose this one. I'm fucking awful at this shit. Yeah, I just lost. Rip. Or I'll use Geraldo or whatever if it's not available. I'll use him. if it's not like available, because he can do it like a good amount of farming as well. I think I just lost here. Yeah, I did. I'm fucking terrible at the race event. I have to look into the race events, but I never do. I'm so lazy. I'm so fucking lazy. Yeah, they're getting the Engineer Paragon. You didn't see that they're announcing an Engineer Paragon? It's fucking baller, bro. Yeah, they announced an Engineer Paragon.
Have been really exciting for a little bit more.
Yeah. Engineer Paragon. That'd be so fucking cool. It'll be fucking... They're also releasing a new map mode as well for this game. It's crazy. This game's been out for like 4 years. I guess these are fan arts. These would be cool. You know, it'd be so cool to make a Paragon of everything, but I feel like that would just kind of like get so busy. It would hurt the game. Been playing a minute. Yeah, I've been playing regularly, man. It's like one of the only things I do. All right, let me get out of here. Let me do a little raid. I'm gotta get the fuck out of here and eat probably and sleep and hang out. My wife's sleeping already, so I gotta give her a kiss or something. Take care, guys. I love you. Be respectful. I appreciate you stopping by. It's a late ass stream. Take care, everybody. Peace out. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.